my profane friends. Right, I'm going to explain about the XXX, yeah, XXX, okay, where I show it over all the cathedrals. It's on your clothes. I'm going to show you a couple of videos, yeah, from Gorilla. I don't know, I'll show you them in a minute. But here I am in Wells Cathedral, right, as an example. That you can see the three X's in the cathedral, which we know, and I can't show you. You'll have to watch my Masonic police symbolism to know how the three X's make 666 of Lucifer, okay? Square and compass twice, and then in the middle you get the 232. That just represents 666. Do you know what I mean? Then on either side, if you look, yeah, you got these little petal things here. Look, you see, follow the petals. Compass, square, square and compass, square and compass. See what I mean? They can't help themselves. And they can't, you know, like families. Again, if I don't know, you know, if you look through my videos. That's right, but I tried telling that creator, and he's saying that going. Now, the point of the matter is that the XXX, yeah, makes Lucifer 666. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you some, you know, how they get that onto your clothes and everything else. But first, you need to understand it. All right. Now, to understand it, I just want you to watch a couple of videos from Gorilla 199. Look him up and have a butcher at him. He's a good, yeah, right, here we go, right, okay.
See that he's in the same position.
Go back, here we go, look, the Snake Cross.
Freemason School, part 11. In the
Snake Cross, yeah. This is part 11. He's done like many parts, yeah. If you go to Gorilla's videos, you'll find, and he even confronts like, you know, David Icke. You know what I mean, in the park, and that David Icke didn't like that, but he's a good chap, you know what I mean. Playlist, this is 9 years ago he did this video here. Look, David Icke taken apart by Gorilla, you know what I mean. He confronts him in the you know, and he does all different videos. Look, you like Freemason School, this is what we're now watching, okay, and he shows you the different Greek alphabet and that. He's very good, you know what I mean. And then, you know, for the 666 Sigma, yeah, and snakes crucified Jesus, yeah, which is the snakes. But just watch this bit anyway. This is about more about the triple cross, the XXX, yeah, on the cross. Okay, here we go.
Freemason School, part 11. In this issue, we're going to carry on looking at the Greek letter chi, which is pronounced like a snake noise, and you know it as the X in the English language, but it's a different pronunciation in the Greek language.
And remember, that's why I'm forever going shh, because it's not just the shush up, yeah, it's about the snake noise, yeah, shh, do you know what I mean? And that's why you'll see various throughout my videos, you know, the sign of the shush, yeah, shh, you know what I mean? And the shush up is like shush up paedophilia. That's why Jimmy Savile's crimes were shushed up by Freemasons for like over 50 years. Do you see what I mean? Shh. Do you know what I mean? And that's what that is. You know, you can't be a snake. Shh. You know what I mean? In Freemasonry, don't be a snake. Shh. You know, that sort of thing. But you'll see in a minute. I'll show you. I'm just going to show you these couple of clips from Gorilla. Okay. And then from there, then I'll show you on different people's clothing and more of the explanation of it. Yeah. But like I said, it's in the cathedrals. If you go and look at my, you know, multiple church videos that I've done around cathedrals and churches, you'll see that I show you the you know, the cross or the X three times, you know, everywhere. It's everywhere in churches, all over our buildings and everywhere else. Anyway, listen to this, and I'll try and keep quiet for 2 minutes. Oh, baby.
If we take a look at this depiction, for instance, of Jesus Christ, allegedly Jesus Christ, going to his crucifixion, carrying his cross, you'll see that the cross is tipped at an angle, forming an X. So you're actually reading something here. This is another Masonic depiction, and it's saying, shh, the snake.
Actually, we're on part 11, and the part
noise. This picture is in fact full of Masonic satanic symbolism. But
wait a minute. Let me just go back to my thingy, and then I can do it from there. We're supposed to be watching part 6, yeah, which is this one here. Here we go, right. The XXX, the snakes among us.
Welcome to Freemason School, part 6. In the last episode, we ascertained the following. That was that this logo here, the Masonic logo here, breaks up into the word Aho, which is Alpha, He. It's pronounced Chi in English, but that's not how you say it in the Greek language. So it's Alpha, He, Omega, which is Aho, which means sorrow. And it also breaks up into 6 letters, which, 6 by the way, devil's favourite number, which spells the word logger and hiss, yeah, which is the noise that a snake makes. And logger means a liar, a deceiver, and also to burn. And I put a link in part 5 for you to look at. Now, what's transpired from this is that the common denominator in the Masons' hand signals and also the shapes, etc., that they use in buildings, that they are all based on the Greek alphabet. And it's important that you understand also how the Greek alphabet is actually pronounced rather than read out. For instance, in the English language you would say ABC, but if you used C to spell cat, you wouldn't pronounce it sat, for instance. So the X, as you know, as the X in the Greek language, is pronounced as a he, and that's the noise that you use to explain that sound. Now, let's just take a look first of all at where these X's are used. Now, if I use 3 X's, for instance, and they are all pronounced he, then the sound that 3 X's would make would be which is the sound of a snake. So basically, it's a hissing sound. So let's have a look here. For instance, we've got the movie XXX. Yeah. So that's a snake noise. Next, we've got this here, which is a Merry XXXmas show. And it says a celebration of open sexuality and perversity. So there you have an open admission that it is to do with perversity. So it's Merry Mas. And that's what the poster says. Next, we've got this game for a computer, which is called BMX XXX. Again, the snake noise. This XXX root beer. Again, the snake noise. Markings in the road. Again, a snake noise. There's an album here from a band called Chicago, and it's called XXX. Snake noise again. There's another one here about some pills, and again, XXX, the snake noise. There's a band here or something, whatever it is, called Diesel, and the 3 X's are placed in the shape of a pyramid. So again, the snake noise again. Here's another one here, which is a logo I found on the internet, and it's got the 3 X's here. And this gives away more of the game because you've got the hourglass here, and suddenly it becomes apparent that the hourglass in this symbology is the upward and downward facing pyramid. And they even have a knife here, which looks like a trowel. It's the shape of a trowel. Just make that bigger so you can see that. So again, the snake noise here, and here's a female fancy weekend. Again, XXX, the sound that a snake makes. Let's just take a look further into this. We've got things like, for instance, the very popular TV show, the X Factor, the Factor, where you will find people in the audience crossing their arms at people when they want them thrown off stage, and people have to stand on an X. And if you look at the American version, you'll see that they have to walk along a walkway which is completely made of X's. So it's all the way along, and then they come before a panel of 3 judges who have X's in front of them, again the snake noise, and then they have the half dome flying saucer shape as the button that they press to buzz people out. Now that is also, the XXX is also the official symbol of Holland. Again, the snake. Then we've got beer, which has got 3 X's on it.
By the way, notice the heraldry, which I've shown you in many, many videos anyway, because it's all to do with heraldry, lords, dukes and earls. You'll notice there's a lot of XXX's within the heraldry. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just jump in there just to keep, just go on to what he's saying, do you know what I mean, and adding to it. But he's saying, most of what I was getting at, like I said, the XXX is basically 2 square compasses, left and right, and then the centre one is 2, 3, 2, which is the 7, 3 steps in masonry, 5 steps in masonry, subtotal 7, which puts the G there, which is another square and compass, which then gives you the 6 points on each one, 666 for Lucifer.
3X's is used to promote porn. The Olympics, this is the official 30th Olympics, which is 3X's. Again, the snake sound. So you've got all of these things here that make the snake sound. Now, looking at this in terms of the logos which are used, just turn this way here. Here we've got 3X's, which is the snake noise. Here I've got 4 hexagons. Now, I found something like this on a building company's banner, and I presumed that it just meant 666, and they put another 6 in just to confuse the issue. But that's not the case. This is very clever. Watch what happens when I just take these ends off of these hexagons. It's 3X's. The snake, once again.
And just to clarify on that as well, remember, if you'd split them up, let me just go back a bit, sorry, but again, it's important because, again, like I said, this all comes from different... But
again, we found the common denominator, which is the Greek alphabet, and it's in Masonic cryptology.
Stick with me, I just got to find you. How did I do? Right, wait there. Where is he? Wait. Oh, terrible. Oh, that's it. Right. Now, before he does that, watch this.
This is very clever. Watch what happens when...
Now, look at it. If you look at the... if you rewind it back to where it's lying down. Now, if you split them, right, the 2 on the left, which are like hourglasses, and then 2 on the right, which give you another set of hourglasses, right? And then the 2 in the middle give you a set of hourglasses, right? Now, if you look up hourglasses in Freemasonry, yeah, when they stand up, time is passing by, yeah? Time is passing by. But when the hourglass is laying down, time is at a standstill, right? And this is what I think they keep us, the profane, in a standstill, yeah? We never go forward. We never go anywhere because they keep resetting all the time, yeah? Like, you know, we think we're going to accomplish something by working in a factory, you know? We think we're accomplishing something because you know, all these different things they've got us distracted with. We think we're going to accomplish something, do you know what I mean? But in the end, we don't. The only thing that get accomplished is that they stay in power, they keep the money, they keep the gold, never ever changing. They own all the shops, they own all the factories, they own everything, and they just supply us with demand, you know, and we just consume. We just consume everything, thinking we're making something, you know, when we get a car, you know what I mean? And we put a mortgage around our necks, do you know what I mean? They just keep that going all the time, so we never, you know, time never goes for us, do you know what I mean? And like I said, if you research their history, do you know what I mean, they're the ones with all the history, so their time is not stopped. The hourglass for them is upright, yeah, where for us the hourglass comes down for us, do you know what I mean? It's laying down because time stops for us. We're not going anywhere, do you know what I mean? And I think that is the illusion, do you know what I mean? Is that regardless of where we are, in whoever you are within the world or across the world, time is at a standstill for us because we never go any, do you know what I mean? We know history for them, they've got a history. You know, you go back to and look at oil paintings. Every oil painting of anyone is Masonic. You know, a person who's a Freemason. Show me someone anywhere, I don't care where it is across the world, that's a profane person in an oil painting. You know, all the presidents, yeah, Freemasons. You see what I mean? All our MPs, all our prime ministers, all to do with Freemasons. You see what I mean? There's no history for the profane, you know what I mean? You go see where the history is in your town, you look for a building that's owned by a profane person. That ain't. They own the town halls, they own the police stations, they own social services, they own the banks. Do you see what I mean? They own everything. Time stands still for us. You know what I mean? Except for them, their time, their nation of people goes on. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's important to them. They go on, they get the history, we get nothing. Do you know what I mean? Time is standing still for us. And that's why I think them hourglasses are standing down. Do you know what I mean? Because again, when you put the two together, what do you get? 33. Do you see what I mean? The hourglass cut the other way, you get 33. Cut the other one, 33. Cut the other one, 33. Do you see what I mean? So again, it's 666. Do you know what I mean? I'll do a little picture or so, try to do a little picture. If I know how to do it, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I mean, the hourglass, which I'll explain or try to do. I'll take a screenshot of this now, and then when I go into my pictures, I'll try and do it on here, yeah? Right, anyway, I'll let him carry on.
I just take these ends off of these hexagons. It's 3 X's. The snake, once again. So again, we found the common denominator, which is the use of the Greek language with letters and hiding these Greek letters within shapes and making snake-type noises and flying saucer shapes and so on. So it's pretty clear that this is the route to take if we're going to break the Masonic cryptography, that these hand signals and the shapes used in the buildings and so on and so forth are in fact the Greek alphabet. And it's important to understand how the Greek alphabet is in fact pronounced. It helps if you know a bit of Greek like I do, but I'm going to do my best in forthcoming issues to teach you as much as I can about the Greek alphabet and how each letter should be pronounced. But wherever you see these triple X's, what you're seeing is the snake.
And also, it's the Masonic shush up, isn't it? Yeah. Shh. And they shush in everything. I've shown you that again in their own book of the Royal Arch. Do you know what I mean? That, their signs is shush, 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 shush over and over again. Again, I've done videos on it, so go watch it. But this is where I come off of other people. This is about where we look at things and then we know from other people and what they do, and we connect the dots and put them together. Do you see what I mean? Like I knew about the XXX because it's another
Welcome to noise. This picture is in fact full of Masonic satanic, the matchstick character, TVC, another Masonic depiction.
The person here in that there, I'm sure that's a Masonic apron, and that's their shush god, Eros. Is it Eros, I think? I can't remember now, I'll get bloody muddled up. But that's a Masonic apron, I'm sure. And there's obviously Jesus with the cross, do you know what I mean? But I'll let him carry on now, just because it's a little bit more of the snake and the cross, okay?
And it's saying, shh, the snake noise. This picture is in fact full of Masonic satanic symbolism, but if you take a look at the man who is kicking Jesus Christ, if you look at the position that he's in, you'll see that he's in the same position as the matchstick character from the TV series The Saint. And this is the winged serpent position, where one hand goes on the hip and the other hand goes in a snake position. So once again, they are claiming responsibility for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. So it's determining who is responsible for the crucifixion, and this is also something that is parodying Jesus Christ and laughing at Jesus. Like the Bible says, these people are brute beasts of instincts. They are loud-mouthed braggarts. They cannot help it, and so they brag, and they do it in all of these depictions all over the world. Now, if you take the Greek Orthodox religion, for instance, which is a Christian-based religion, you'll find that people cross themselves. They go into a church and they'll cross themselves up and down and across, and they'll do it usually 3 times, and sometimes they'll do it more than 3 times. So remember, the letter chi makes the noise. So you're doing it once, twice, 3 times usually. It's and you find this depiction all over the place in films like XXX, the X Factor, etc. You'll always find this XXX even on porn and beer and so forth. I just thought it would be good to interrupt here and just mention that the word borni, which is Greek and means porn in the English language, is actually referring to a whore. A borni is a whore. Also, the book of Proverbs says beer is a brawler, hence we can now understand why it also has the XXX on it. And don't forget, Jesus Christ has made it very clear that this world is run by Satan. You'll also find people like Madonna, for instance, having a cross around their neck, and you wonder, well, what's she doing with a cross around her neck? Well, it's not hard to figure out now, considering that she is a so-called Kabbalist, and that is a satanic organisation. It's not a godly religious organisation. It gives no glory to Jesus, and so therefore it is against Jesus Christ, and that's probably why she wears it, even if she was allegedly not part of that before. It's quite clear that she is a Mason, because you will not become a pop star, film star, etc., unless you are a Mason or a Tau. Now let's take a look at the triple cross, which you'll find that the Pope, for instance, uses, and there he is with the triple cross. Now, if we just tip that 45 degrees, such as here, we've got a cross, and it's usually done like this. You'll find it's got one small cross across there, one large one, and then another small one at the top there, and that's how you usually see it. But here with the Pope, it's more like a pyramid. So okay, we found another pyramid there, which again you have to ask, well, why is it there, and why does the Pope make the satanic fang signal also? And let's not forget, he also makes the Sigma sign, which is S. If we tip this 45 degrees,
just to butt in here again, yeah, where he's the triple Tor cross again, right? Is it the shadows, right? Because again, I'm working, you got to think about it. Jesus was on the hill or in a valley. I don't know if he was up on the hill, weren't he? Where the shadows of the cross making the triple Tor cross, yeah, which the Pope holds, yeah. So the shadow on the floor, yeah. If you imagine the shadow hitting the crosses, is that what made the shadows that way? Do you see what I mean? Because obviously the one nearer would be the bottom, then the middle one, then the top. Do you see what I mean? Is that why that's like that? I don't know. I'm just like I said, it's all guesswork. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm just putting these ideas together. And if you know about double cross, then you'll know where that come from. And like I said, if they were, again, you'll have to look at my videos. The cross that Jesus was actually put on an X and not a cross, but actually put on an X. Then you have 3 X's on the top of that hill, don't you? Do you see what I mean? But I don't know, I'm just guessing, but let him carry on here.
Then you'll find that it becomes this. If we tip this sideways, what it looks like is this, as we covered in the last issue, like the Triple X film, like that. That starred Vin Diesel. So every single time we see this, we see that if we just tip it slightly, which is what the Masons do, they work by degrees. They have degrees in Freemasonry, which they rise up through the ranks. So you become first degree, second degree, third degree, fourth degree, and so on and so forth, Mason, until eventually you become a god. Yeah, sure. If anyone manages to become a god by joining Freemasonry, I will pogo stick up Mount Everest. So there's no chance of anyone becoming a god, so I'm not going to have to do that. So once again, by turning any given object which is used by Masonic institutions at an angle either towards you, away from you, to the right or to the left, whatever angle, 45 degrees, 90 degrees and so on, it takes on a different form and basically vanishes from your mindset, and you are unable to define what it is. And this is exactly how these people manage to hide all of these satanic symbols in front of us, and we never notice.
And there we go, my profane friends. But that's Gorilla. If you want to go see there, Gorilla 199, yeah. Like I said, he's got some good videos there. And if you go to his playlist, and then in his playlist, where is it? You got Freemasonry School, and they're the ones I just shown you. He'll take you through some of the the symbolism and the Greek letters of Freemasons. Okay, now I could now on my channel, like I said, because I am so wonderful. on my channel. Again, I show you lots of XXXs in the church, the Masonic Church, part 1 here.
Hello, my profane
friends. Let me just
give us the cross like that, the cross of Jesus.
See, again, I'm talking
cross, which give you could work.
Oh, wait there. Calm down. It's just outside the church, I believe, the 3 crosses. See, there's the square and compass.
It's in the square. That gives you this, the full square, you see. That's all Masonic. You know, like I said, they decimated everything and everything you can think of. And these are the people.
It's the... Here, again, look, you got the 3 circles, which we know makes a square. But I can't go through it because I'm not very professional. I'm sorry to say. If you go through my...
if you go through, right, that's to stop.
Talk to the old vicar, look, you know.
A lot of money in it. Well,
and he was denying it. Do you know what I mean? Again, that's Masonic.
You know what I mean? What run?
That sign there is the skull and the bones. Do you know what I mean? And that's Freemasonry. You can find that anywhere. Like I said, it's all researchable, and it's not, you know. But anyway, to cut a long story, let's get to the XXXs. If not, I fabble on all day long, don't I? Do you know what I mean, my profane friends? Now, this is here. It is here. Look, I'll go to the bottom, right? And we'll start like this. See, now look, we got the like here with the t-shirts. Yeah, look at the t-shirts. XXX. Do you see what I mean? XXX. Yeah. Shh. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wait there. Remember, I'm not a professional. Again, look. Now, I don't know if that's a man or a woman, this here. No, I mean, what do you think? In the skirt, look, I think it's a famous person I picked up on. And I thought, hello, do you know what I mean? But again, you can see the XXX, okay? And as we go on, look, straight edge, XXX. See, this is how they get it on your clothes. Do you see what I mean? And then you walk around with it on your t-shirts and all the rest of it, and you don't even know what you're advertising. But when a freak Mason see you, they go, oh, there's a profane person. Do you know what I mean? Again, there's the square and compass. 3 times 666. Shh. See, again, look. Boom. Baseball bat, which we know, again, not baseball bats. Oh, yeah, it is baseball, isn't it? Yeah, baseball, which we know is Masonic anyway. See, look at all the clothes they get, you know, do you see what I'm saying? Obviously, you've got the Xbox, which again, look, is the pyramid, the circle, the 5 points, which is the X, and the square. You know what I mean? Thanks for who sent me that. I can't remember who. But again, you can see it here, look, level up. You can see the square and compass on the 3 times, look. Oh, I can't scroll in anymore on that. But again, you can see at the bottom the 3 X's. 3 X's, Amsterdam, 3 X's. The XXX men walk among us. What a bloody thing. You see what I mean? The XXX men walk among us. House party, XXX, 3.5 or 3 3/4, is that? I don't know. Hey, I like getting their 3s in, don't they? See, again, XXX. Wonderful, isn't it, how they get the XXX? But I'm just showing you these quickly. I mean, do the research yourself. It's not hard. You just got to put in XXX clothes or whatever, and it comes, you know, and it comes up. Always the XXX, look. XXX. Fort Branch 2012. Pure Masonic, look. See, it's just mad, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I'm not, that's not me that's made this. This is the Freak Masons, you know what I mean? And in a minute, I'm going to show you why they get it onto t-shirts and everything else, because they own the companies. Do you know what I mean? Again, you can see it on the drink bottle there. Look, we all know it's on alcohol anyway. Notice here how cleverly they've... Oh, I can't scroll in. Ah, you bugger. Notice how they've used the windmill for the 3rd X, or the 2nd X. See, 2 X's on the left and the right, and then in the middle, a windmill acts as the 3rd X. You know, the 3rd cross. I keep calling it a bloody X, and I don't mean that. I meant cross. Again, triple X, triple X, triple X. Good Masonic colours. Oh, I thought this one was an interesting one. I mean, who's going to wear this top? If you know your symbolism, you know exactly what that means. And then here, look how they've cleverly done it again. Look, each diamond, yeah. Now, if you know what 4 square is, I can scroll in. Now, obviously, look, they've done skeletons, right? They got your 2 diamonds. You know what that mean anyway. But if you, I can't even do it with my, I'm trying to cover the bloody diamonds up. But if you just take 1 diamond, it's actually 4 square. Look, see, each one of them is 4 square, which we know is 666. You know what I mean? Obviously, you've then got the other pyramids that, you know, as above, so below pyramids. You've got square and compass going through each diamond, blah, blah, blah. But you can know the symbolism, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oop. Hey, what happened there? Again, same thing. Look, do you know what I mean? I don't know if you can see it. The triple X is there, okay, right, because the crosses, and obviously it's 3 diamonds. Look, yeah, or yeah, 3 diamonds or 3 squared, yeah, 3 squares. Do you know what I mean? And then you can see the square and compass on either side. But that's a little tricky one there. That's 4 square. That is 4 square there, yeah. Obviously it says flex, but that is 4 square, that is, which is that. You see what I mean? Each one of them diamonds with the crosses in them, that's making that 4 square. Again, this is a 4 square. Do you know what I mean? Again, another one. I tried to turn that, but obviously you can see the square and compass in plain right, but they've hidden it. Do you see what I mean? This is what they do. Again, this here, right, is 2 3 2. Look, it's 2 at the top, then 3, then 2. That's 2 3 2. It's 6 sides. Do you see what I mean? 6 points and 6 pyramids. Look, you see the 6 pyramids, 6 sides, 6 pyramids. Yeah, 6 pyramids, 6 points that go to the center, and 6 sides. Do you see what I mean? 6 6 6. So I mean, that's how they do it. That's how they put this symbolism on your tops. You know what I mean? Very snidely. Here's a women's dress. Look, you can see the square and compass. You can see the diamonds. You can see the X's. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. Another one, little girl's top. Look, triple X. Obviously this one. But again, look, it's Vart Clothing. I mean, who owns this company? 3 guesses. Again, look. Do you see what I mean? And if you know the 2 shoulder pad where the shoulders are, if you know that signia there, that's pure Masonic. That is. Do you know what I mean? That's their actual Masonic mark. That is. But we'll get, you know, there it is again. Look, you know, I mean, my profane friends. Again, here's 4 square. This is 4 square because you got the square in the middle, then the 4 petals. Look. What meet into the center, then that makes 4 square. But obviously if you put the petals together, well, I can do it like this. Hey baby. So if I go like that and then draw, yeah, draw, I'll do it in red, one of my favorites. But as you can see, look here, see, that's your square and compass. All right, then if I eradicate that, this is your 4 square. Look, you see what I mean? And then you've got your square here, look, see? That's your 4 square, look, see? Which makes 6 6 6. You see what I mean? Then also, I ain't finished yet, my profane friends, because it's the same thing all the time, look. It's 3 that side and 3 that side, 33 degrees. Do you see what I mean? They don't change. It never changes. It's the same over and over again. And they keep pumping this crap into your brains, yeah, because it either resets something. Again, it goes into my, you know, you'll have to look at my Grip of a Master Mason, how they, you know, they program you. Do you know what I mean? And these are like tricks, not tricks. These are like bullet point type things. You know what I mean? But there's the 33 degrees there, yeah. So you've got your 33 degrees there. You've got the square, yeah, and then in the middle of the square, you've got your point. You see what I mean? It's always the same. It never, ever changes. It's always the same. Square and circles and pyramids. Do you know what I mean? But that's that anyway. So, like I said, you've got your square, yeah, and then with the petals on the side, it makes the 4 square, which makes 666. And like I said, each and every one of them is square and calm piss. You know what I mean? Anyway, there ended the liaison. Do that away, shut that down. Again, look, see, sewing pattern and instructions, X dress, okay? But look at the company, how they've got the square and compass with the 2 pairs of scissors, look. I can't scroll in. Hey, no. But as you can see, the pair of scissors, and they do that with like barber shops and that with the scissors and the cutthroat, yeah. But there it is, look, square and calm piss. Again, you can see the pattern and design, look, yeah, by whoever. And again, you can clearly see the square and calm piss hidden in the design. You see what I mean? Again, this is 4 square, yeah, because you've got to understand it. You see the square and then the 4 come off. Let me draw this one just for you again, just for those who can't see it, because like I said, not all of us can see it. Do you know what I mean? If you're profane, you ain't going to see it. So here's the square, look. I'll draw it here, look. Right, there's the square, and then you got the little points, look. You see the little points on each side? So if I join them up, look, there's your 4 square. Do you see what I mean? Obviously, there's a square and compasses in there and all that, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that's what that is. That's 4 square. 4 square makes 666. Okay. Oh, I'll find another piece of clear thingy as well. Oh, get out of it. Again, circles. I don't know if you can see the circles. If I scroll in a bit, see the circles, look. Again, I'll draw just so those who can't see, because obviously it's about, you know, the more you learn, the better it is for all of us. There's the circle. I'll do that here. There's the circles, look. So if I just draw the circles in, right, they're all around there. And then what you got in between them is the squares, look. The square, square. You see what I mean? Circles and squares, that's all it is. Obviously there's pyramids in there as well, but we won't get into that. But it's all circles and squares, you see what I mean? And as for the hourglasses, this is perfect. This is right for the hourglasses. So what I'll do, I'll go off these here, right, and these here. These circles here are hourglasses, all right? So that's the 4 hourglasses that he had on that video. Okay, so there it is. Now if I split that, look down there, there's 2 hourglasses, right? So you got one on the left, one on the right. Okay, third one is here, look, there's your third one in the middle. Do you see what I mean? So that's your 3 hourglasses. But again, right, because he split it this way, didn't he split it like this and took this away. Wait a minute, yeah, he took that away and he took the ends away. That then left the cross, yeah, which left the cross here, left the cross there, and a left the cross there, didn't it? Yeah, all right, that's what he did, yeah. But what I'm saying is, right, with the 4 crosses, yeah, so wipe them out. Oh, oh, I see, I'm adding things back in. So what I'm saying is, there's your 2, okay, your 2 hourglasses, right, there's 2. And your third one is here, yeah, which is them 2, which is the same with the XXX, okay? So when you got the XXX, if I just do that big 1, 2, 3, so if I rub that one out, yeah, there's 1 square and compass. Rub this one out, that's your 2nd square and compass. They put that back in, wait a minute. And then you've got your 2, 3, 2 points. Let me do it that way. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So to do the 2, 3, 2 points, yeah, remember that when these are joined, you have to put things together. I'll go with a different colour. I'll do black, all right? So when these 2 points, so there's your 2, because they'll join. Then your 3 points, which is where the crosses, the X's make, all right? So that's your 3, and then your 2 points here. 1, 2. You can't see black very well, can you? Hey, let me change the bloody colour to something yellow. Yeah, that might be better. So you got the 2 here, 2, and then 3 on the X's on the yellow where the X's cross, and then you got the 2 where the crosses meet at the bottom. But if you know my videos, you know what I'm talking about. But there's your 2, 3, 2, yeah, which is on there anyway with the squares and the circles. Okay, so if I now take that away, all of this, because there's no point to, oh, we keep adding again, right, So with them four there, what was it I was going to say? I can't remember now. Bloody hell, baby. The square, the compass, the 232. Now this is also 232, yeah. If I just do this, this is also 232. So look, there's 2, yeah, and then the squares are the 3 and then the 2. So it's 3 steps in masonry, 5 steps in masonry, subtotal 7. We'll put the G in, which we know when it's 232. We know when we come off of these, like this, look, these 2 markings here and these 2 markings here, that's your third square and compass, yeah. And then in the middle, because that's the 7th one, that put the G in, yeah, which those who know my videos know exactly what I'm on about, yeah. So let me do that in red one more time, just so we know what we're doing. So again, this is 2. Well, you can go from the, you could do it that way if you want as well. Don't forget, you can go by the squares, look, you see, 2, and then the circles are the 3, and then the squares are the 2, yeah. And there it is. And then when you join them up like this and you come off the angles, yeah, like that, you end up with square and compass, and in the middle is the G, because that's the 7th point of the compass, yeah. So you end up with the G. So it's 232, yeah. So when you've got the 3 X's, so if I put the other 2 X's in, which is here, look, and here, remember I'm not a proper drawer, so there's your 1 square and compass. If I put a line through it, I'll put a black line through it, so we'll be able to see it. Hopefully this is working and you're understanding what I'm saying. So there's 1 square and compass to the left, there's 2 square and compasses to the right, and then in the middle you've got your 232, yeah, which come off of them, which then gives you your 3rd square and compass, which I show you here, look, yeah, which come off the 232, which then gives you 666. Do you know what I mean? And that's it, really. Right now I've got to get about it. So that's what that is. But like I said, with him doing the hourglasses, yeah, which with the 4 on here, you know what I mean, and he rubbed it out. But remember, hourglasses, yeah, when they're laying down, hourglasses, which is this, these are the hourglasses. When they're laying down, yeah, remember, time stops, okay? That's what I want to say. And when they're upright like this, the sand can start running again. You see what I mean? So then time starts, yeah? They, the Freemasons, want to keep the hourglass laying down. So time stops for us. Do you know what I mean? It don't go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, when you cut, again, I want a different colour. When you cut an hourglass in half, what do you end up with? 33, which is obviously that way. But again, it's as above, so below. So that's 33 degrees. You see what I mean? That's what an hourglass is. You see what I mean? Because remember, they half things and quarter stuff and things like this. Do you know what I mean? Same as like when they do Jackin and Boaz, you know, Boaz, they spell it or even half it. Do you know what I mean? The passwords and that, so they half everything. So it's not just simple, you know, there you have to add things and put things in to make it a whole. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I've got hiccups. So that's what that is. So when that's an hourglass like that, and you take it down the middle and cut it and separate it, you end up with 33 degrees, yeah? So that's what that is. But what they want is the hourglass to be held and kept on the floor. Do you know what I mean? They don't want the hourglass to stand up, because then we start going forward in time. They want us to keep us paused, yeah? They don't want us to advance or get ahead or anything else. And they especially don't want us to wake up to what they're doing to us, yeah? Which is keeping us under their jackboot, yeah? And imprisoned under their slavery, do you know what I mean? While they... But what by nepotism, keep handing that wealth down, keep handing the buildings down, keep handing the land. Do you know what I mean? That's all they do, and they just keep it going over and over. And the thing is, shh, watch him, he's profane. Don't tell him, shh, shh, keep it quiet, shh. Do you see what I mean? And that's where it all comes from. Do you know what I mean? They don't want you advancing. You know, they want you to keep working in the factories, doing all the manual work or whatever the bloody hell it is, if you know what I mean. Again, look, this is 4 square, yeah? Again, it's square and compass, so I ain't going to get into it, because by now you should know and work it out yourselves. But oh bugger it, I'm gonna have to show you, because if I don't, I'll think, oh, they don't know what I'm on about. The square and compass is right here. Look, you see, there's your square and there's your compass. Yeah, it's just running that way this time. Yeah, okay. I'll do another one. Where's a clearer one? This one will do. There's your square and compass there, you see. All right, and that's what that is, that pattern there, you see. But people don't see it, and they rely on that. Do you know what I mean? So when you walk around with these patterns, and believe me, they own the pattern shop. Do you know what I mean? They own these patterns. Again, look, you see it, the squares and the circles. Look, squares and circles, it's always the same, never changing. Again, look, you see the circles and the squares, or the points within the square circle, and then you got the point within the square as well. If I just get in, I can't get it in, I can't get it any closer, do you know what I mean? But again, for those who don't know, I'll just draw it in a bit quick, just to give you an idea. I'll do it in yellow. Yeah, yellow, baby. So obviously you can see the circles, but your squares are here, look, in these little bits here. These are your squares, look. Yeah, and as you can see in the middle of this 4 points, you got your 5th point of the compass, and that's the square. So that's the point within the square. You got your point within the circles. Do you see what I mean? And that's the pattern of it. You know what I mean? But people don't see it. They just think, oh, it's a normal nice pattern. That's lovely. Again, same thing. Look, squares, diamonds, and pyramids, but it's also 4 square. If you follow the I've got to draw again. Oh my god, my profane friends, I love you all, stick with me, you know what I mean? But again, look, if I go by the square, okay, because I'm on the square, now you can see the 4 diamonds. If I line them up, it makes 4 square. You see what I mean? Oh, that was crap. So I go like that. There's the 4 square, yeah, and then I line the diamonds up, and that's what makes 4 square. Do you see what I mean? And that's basically what it, that's what it is. 4 square. Again, that represents Lucifer 666. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't know, I'll show you in a minute what video to watch. If you don't know what I'm on about. Again, I don't need to explain this one, but if you look further away from it, you'll see again where the bows in the petals, and people who know that, make the circle. Do you know what I mean? Again, you'll see that in all the churches and things like that, and people who know my videos will know exactly. But you can see the square and compass very clearly. You can see the circles, because if you look at the bow in the petals, yeah, that's what makes the circle. You see, you follow the bow in the and that's what makes the circle. You see, in the bow in the petals, yeah, make the circle. You see what I mean? And then obviously they also make the square, but they're the square and compass as well, obviously. You know what I mean? So there's your square and compass design. Two petals. Again, it's XXX, don't forget, yeah? Remember, these are X's, yeah? They're not, X. See, look. X, X. Do you see what I mean? They're X's. This is what they are. You see? See, it's all done by design. Up, down, left, right, and centre. Right. Oh, wait now. Again, self-explanatory. I don't need to show it. It's 4 square. Yet again, it's the square and compass. It's the petals. Look, you just got to follow the petals again. 2 petals. I can't make it. Or actually calling it a geometric design, but you can see the square and compass in plain right. Again, if you follow the bends on them, yeah, they make they make the circle. You can actually see the circle. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it makes the circle again. So again, it's just square and again the same thing. Look, follow the bends. It makes the circles and the squares, and they've kindly put the points, look, on the I don't know where they put up where it meets, but you can see the square and compass again. Every design, again, look, you see the circles, and in the middle of the circles is the point, look, a white square. Do you see what I mean? Which is the point. And then you've got the square again in green, and then you've got a circle what's in yellow if you follow the edging of it. But they're also petals, look, what make the square and compass. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, that's square and compass, square and circles, look. Again, I don't need to tell you that one. It's quite simple. Again, it's the same. See what I mean? It's the same design, but people think it's different. They're not. These ones, this design here, look, you got the square and calm piss, but with an all-seeing eye in the middle. You see? You know what I mean? It's mad. It's also 4 square, obviously, because there's 4 points on each corner. Look, on each a square and compass on each corner. Pyramids as above, so below. Blah blah blah. You're also getting into the book of this one a white crosslet, which is the St George's cross for the Knights Templar. You know what I mean? Again, it's on the trousers here. Look, there's nothing changed. Look, it's the same thing. Square and calm piss. It's 4 square. Look, still getting that Lucifer 666 into you. Do you know what I mean? Mad, isn't it? How they get away with it. You know what I mean? Again, that's just 4 square diamonds. Again, Masonic flooring. You know what I mean? Look, getting it all in there, baby. Remember, that is, you know, that's the rose croix, yeah, for the red and black tiles, yeah. Remember, you've got red lodges, you've got black lodges, you've got white lodges, okay, in Freemasonry. So it's not just, you know, a Masonic lodge. There's different coloured lodges, you know what I mean? So remember that. There's white lodges, there's black lodges, there's red lodges. You see what I mean? So when you see a Masonic lodge, it's not just a Masonic lodge. There's chapters within as well. You know what I mean? So depending on who's having the meeting, that could be a, you know, they could open in a black lodge, or they could open in a white lodge, or they could open in the Rose Croix, which is the red lodge. Do you see what I mean? You know, and that's what people don't realise. You know, and in each of them is men. You know, men that are loyal to that particular lodge. You know what I mean? And their banners go all around the bloody, you know, their heraldry banners go all around the lodge. Again, look, it's a scarf, I believe. I think it's a scarf. I can't remember. But again, you can see the square and calm piss in plain right, as above, so below, pyramids, and it goes on and on and on. Again, you can see the same design here, up at the top here. Look, you can see the X's. Look, which is the, you know, again, it's the hourglasses. Look, you see the hourglasses, which is on the design. See the hourglasses, look, but it's also got the XXX crosses, look, you see the X's, all right, and obviously that's self-explanatory down there. I don't need to tell you about that. What's this? El Chapo. Oh baby, what's this got to say? Oh yeah, I was showing his, look, where they show you that, you know, where they have it in films and that, you know, and I'm showing you like the 4 square, the pyramids, and, you know, as above and below, but they put it in your programs. Do you know what I mean? If they're not wearing their Masonic ties and things like this, do you know what I mean? I think that's what that is there. You know what I mean? I'm just showing you how they do it and put it in everything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the square. That is. Look for that. Look, that's the Masonic square. You'll find that in any lodge where it bloody gone. Oh baby, it's gone and disappeared. But anyway, yeah, there it is. Look, that's the Masonic square. Look, you see. Anyway, my profane friends, that's the end of that one. Oh, how do we change it? Ah, there we go. And then here, look. Oh, it's on this one. Look, the ritual of operative Freemasons. Yeah, and as you can see the Arcacia on the left and the right here. Yeah, which is like the Roman, what the Romans wear, like Caesar. You know, on his head and that. Yeah. Okay. And again, you'll see where they'll put it on your products, you see, on the left and on the right here, look, baking McVitie's, and if, you know, again, you can see the square and calm piss, and you can see the C at the top, which stands for 3, okay, and if you know about my other biscuits that I've advertised and, you know, the symbolism through that, then you'll understand it, yeah, but yeah, so that's the XXX of what I was going on about, and like I said, I can go into, you know, more detail on that with the bits and pieces I do. Look at this freak mason here. Look, here come a Masonic army. Look, yeah, look at this lot. I'll turn the sound up. Freemason. And remember, bagpipes are a Masonic war. What are they? A Masonic. I forget what they are now. I forgot. Bloody hell. I just posted about them yesterday as well, or the day before. They're a Masonic, not an act of war. I'll think about it as you listen. Let me just pause it there. You see that banner he's holding there? That is, and you see that going into any war, yeah, the drumming into the war and piping into the war, and that banner there is the family or the army unit or the platoon that is representing on the field for that particular side, whoever side they're on, which is always the Masonic side, except when they go to a lodge, because all wars are lodge wars, you know what I mean? And that's just when one lodge go, we're not having that. And then they go, right, who's right? That's it. And they go, right, we're getting this and we're going to attack them. And that's what it is. That's what starts all the wars. Do you know what I mean? And that's, the more sacrifices they can do during war, the better for them anyway. Do you know what I mean? But all the high rankers, they just playing army games with the profane, because the only ones who go fighting are people that are family members, with children, mums and dads and all that. You know what I mean? And they use you, and then they get you to sellotape your windows up with a cross. Yeah. you know, mad. You know what I mean? So you got all over the place, and you got the square and compass in every window. Do you know what I mean? Again, watch my videos. My Masonic Increase in Army videos. I show you all this. But when you put the dots together, it all comes. It all explains itself. But here come the army anyway, and bagpipes are a tool of war or something like that. I can't remember what it is now. You'll have to look it up, yeah. But they were actually banned. Do you know what I mean? They were banned as a sign of war, or a weapon of war. That's right. Bagpipes are a weapon of war, and they were actually banned. Can you believe that? But anyway, the Freemasons used them, and they never took the ban on, of course, because they're above the law. Here we go. Look at this army. Also take note that the aprons are all different shapes, right, with different army rankings and markings, same as their collars, yeah. So each one of these has a different ranking and collar. Like, look at him on the on the Freemason we're now looking at. You're looking at this. I'm hoping that he's on the right. He has a black collar. Do you see what I mean? So he might be a lower rank than this, because normally the higher ranks go in first anyway in Freemasonry. But these are all your millionaires and billionaires. These are all your people that own everything. Do you know what I mean? They don't go to war. They send you, the profane, that are without the temple, to fight their wars for them. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who wins, because Freemasonry always comes out on top anyway. Do you see what I mean? As a nation, they don't own any land, sea, or anything. They own the world. Do you see what I mean? They are the world, so they don't matter if they mess up the UK. They don't care if they mess up the United States. They don't care where they mess up, because they own it all. Do you know what I mean? It's their land, their sea, their air, land, air, water, law, their law, and we will obey their laws. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. And they've been around for centuries and decades, keeping us in that paused state, yeah. While these people, they're thrived, they're at the lodge having drinking well, eating well, and doing well. Do you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. And when they get taken prisoners in war, they go, "Oh, we were persecuted and all this rubbish." Do you know what I mean? But it's their wars, their lodge wars. They deserve to be in jail, in them prisons. Do you know what I mean? Because that's your wars that you start between yourselves, and then you involve us all in your wars, because you're greedy for oil, or you're greedy for gold, or you're greedy for land, or you want to dominate some race. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Or you want to sacrifice millions of people. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about, All you look at all the war leaders, yeah, Churchill, Stalin, I'm trying to think, Hitler, all Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? There were 7 in the Second World War. So, for G, bloody hell. And then I think there was 3 in the first one, I think. I don't know, I get confused. But, watch my Masonic Increasing Armies. But like I said, these people here, you know what I mean? They start the wars, and they do that like conveniently. I think the last time they were going to get shoved into the sea by the United States, because they'd had enough of them, they conveniently started a war. Do you know what I mean? That everyone then forgot about the Freemasons and what they did, and blah blah blah. And that's what they do. They've got the power to do that, because they have you know, within every town and every city, everyone going, you know, from the lodge, going around it, you know, the pubs and the clubs, and they're going, yeah, let's go to war, brothers, let's go to war. Yeah, I'm going to war. And the ones who don't or whatever, they put shame on them, do you know what I mean? And then it coerce them into going to war, do you know what I mean? Crazy stuff, crazy, these Freemasons. And there we go. There goes a Masonic army there, my profane friends. And this guy, who I just picked up on him tonight, what's he about? I don't know. Listen.
Fraternal greetings, United Grand Lodge in England. I am Officer Boo Monroe, Junior Warden of Fidelity Lodge number 32. Under the state of New York, of the most worshipful Harem Grand Lodge, United Grand Chapter, OES, Ancient Free and Accepted Masons. I am a Mason because I am a better man. I am a Freemason because I was taught that self-improvement every day for the rest of your life is the way of a Mason. Amen. So mote it be.
So mote it be. He's buggered, isn't he? You know what I mean? But again, like I said, you know, again, I know, yeah, look, on this Ronja, yeah, look at the doors, look. Watch this. I won't put the sound on, I don't need to. Can you see the 4 square, look, on the doors, look? See the square? And then the cross in the square, look, you see? Which is the 5 points. Do you see what I mean? Again, you have to watch my videos to understand it, but that's what that is. Do you know what I mean? Again, look, you see the 4 square, look, on the doors, look. If I can pause that there, that might help. See? And I'm obviously pointing out, but that's what the 5 points are, the cross, look, you see? And then you got the other, you know, square and compass in the top, square and compass at the bottom, as above, so below, and then as to the left and as to the right, you have a square and compass. But that all means 666. Do you see what I mean? And I show this in many videos, and I go, you can go on all day long. Do you know what I mean? The same thing over and over again. And here it is. Look, the 4 square in my friend's light. Look, you see, 4 square, circle within a square. Look. You see, you got the square and then the cross that go through it. You see what I mean? With the circle in the middle. You see what I mean? And that's all that is. That's Masonic, you know. And they're not just doing it, you know, putting it in your TV screens. They're putting it so you buy it from the shops. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, it's crazy stuff. You know, again, look, point within a square, look, square and compass. Each prong has a 3, look, for 33 degrees. You know, I show all this in my videos. Do you know what I mean? And it's never ending. Do you know what I mean? And they never ever stop with it. Do you know what I mean? It goes on and on and on. You know, and it's crazy. It needs to stop. Do you know what I mean? Because they're doing it. You don't even know they're doing it to you. And that's the crazy thing about it. Do you know what I mean? You don't know they're doing it to you, and they're getting away with it. That's like this, you know, like I went to that Costa the other day, didn't I? Where is, can you believe it? The Starbucks. Listen to this. Look, listen to this. Look. So my profane friends, I'll tell you how. Look at this, look, right, I just come in here, right, I'm now on my way to Glastonbury, so if anyone's in Glastonbury or Wells, right, yeah, let me just put my coffee in there, but look at this, look, yeah, Masonic Starbucks, right, watch this, for symbolism, look, Masonic Starbucks, right, now, can you see it, look, the square and compass with inverted fucking chairs, right, so there's your square and compass there, which is amazing, really, but then when you give a real look, watch. Now, this is the good bit, see, now, I'm not doing this, I haven't set this out, this is how it's been done, yeah, you're now going to see a square, a circle, and a pyramid. All right, and that's nothing to do with me. This is your Starbucks. Yes, it's fucking amazing. Well, they never pay their tax as Starbucks anyway, do they? Look at this for fucking symbolism, mate. Watch this. It's so crazy it is. Look, it's unreal. I don't know how to get away with it. I really don't. Look. So there you go. Look, you've got the round table with the 3 chairs, right, which make the pyramid. See what I mean? 3 tables. 3 chairs make a pyramid with a round circle. Do you see what I mean? And obviously the square. And if you know my symbolism, so you've got the square, the round table, and the pyramid. Do you know what I mean? Look, on every table. And then these tables here, look, you got 6 chairs, look, which is square, compass, the 6 points. Fucking madness, look. See? How are they getting away with it? 6 chairs, look, make the square and compass 6 points. There weren't just 6 chairs there was actually 3 tables as well. So 3 tables, yeah, times 6 chairs, 3 sixes, 666. Do you see what I mean? And I forgot that bit. And if you look on the top of each table, they put a sticker right in the centre, which is a circled sticker, which gives you the point. Do you see what I mean? It's just madness how they get away with it. 3 chairs make a diamond. Then you've got the circle for the table. And then underneath, you've got the square. Amazing. And then look at this fucking wall. Oh, sorry to swear, it makes me angry, but that's Masonic. See it, look? Again, there's this, you know, you can see the 2-3-2 and the 3-2-3 and the circles, look, and the squares. Do you see what I mean? It's all around you. Do you know what I mean? And again, like I said, just go through my, you know, my videos. You know, I did Wells Cathedral. Look at it. You know what I mean? It's all there. There's a whole lot. And if you don't know on what I'm on, you know, and look about the true grip of a master mason. Yeah, this is where they hypnotise you. Yeah, and again, I go on about them points. You know, where you see it, and you've got that subliminal, you know, mark in your brain, yeah, that keeps resetting you, so you think it, you know, as long as that keeps you stopped and paused and thinking, not thinking outside the box. That's what they want. They don't want you to have a an hourglass that stands up so time moves on for you and your family and your next generation of people. Do you know what I mean? They don't want that. They want the hourglass sitting on its side so you, the profane, stay asleep. Do you know what I mean? That's basically what it means. You're asleep, yeah? The hourglass is on its side, yeah? And you're asleep. Do you know what I mean? And this is what it's all about, you know what I mean? And like I said, just it's there all in my videos, you know, and you can go all day long. But if you want to know what I'm on about with the XXX or the, you know, the XXX, you need to go see, oh, baby, I've got so many videos, it's unreal, my profane. Remember, I'm the first person to Masonically blood test a Masonic apron, you know. But where is it? There it is. Yeah, look, Masonic apron. I test a blood spatter, and I do their what else do I do? I do their Masonic gloves and collars, I believe. I can't remember now. But again, look at Masonic police symbolism. Yeah, there's 8 short videos there. Yeah, I show you the 4 square. I show you the, you know, the symbolism on a police station. That is 666. Yeah, the same symbolism at 666. It's also in the church entrance, you know, above the door, which is 666. So, you know, go watch it. You know, it's there. I'm not putting it there. They've put it there. They put it there centuries ago. You know, it's on an apple. The Masonic apple pie from the bakery in Asda. See, there's the circles, look, and there's the square, and then you put 4 petals together, and you get the square and compass. You see, that's not me doing that. That's them. Do you know what I mean? They're crazy, these freak masons. You know, they're putting on the. The Masonic bus. Well, I've done this one before, ain't I? You know what I mean? All Valley Academy, the school of choice. See, the school of choice. That's not me. They're putting it in your fires. Bloody Masonic fires. Getting it into your house. Do you know what I mean? All the time. It don't matter where you are, what you're doing. You know, the symbolism's there everywhere. It's all in the shorts. You know, in your kids' games, look. Square. Watch your kids' games with Spider. See, square and compass in your kids' games, and I show you over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. You know. And it's not a joke. It's serious stuff. You know, look, the symbolism again here. Look. Watch him, look, little twat. Watch him, look, there it is, look. See? I'll show you what that means in their books. Do you know what I mean? It's in their books, you know. Everyone's doing it. They're all doing it, you know. Here come Columbo, look. He does it, look. Look, watch this. Look, there it is, look. See? All these symbolisms, they're not there for a joke. They're there because they're serious stuff. Do you know what I mean? And they're doing it, you know. Watch this guy shit himself when he sees it. Watch. Go forward a little bit. Watch the guy in the background. He looks at him. Eye contact. Hand signal. Shit himself. He shuts up and doesn't say anything. And that's what they're doing behind your back all fucking day long. Sorry to swear. They do make me angry, these Freemasons, do you know what I mean? Because I know exactly what they are and what they're doing behind your back. And they're called caution, yeah? Cautious, that's their name, yeah? I'll show you that in a minute. I was just about to show you this other video, but I can't remember what it was. But it's in here somewhere anyway. It's along here. Like I said, watch my videos. They're there for a reason, and they're there to wake you up, to what is going on around you. Do you know what I mean? They're not, they're not there to like the Masonic town halls. Yeah, the symbolism all over the town hall, things like that. I know where it is. I've got it. Thank you very much, my profane friend. You're the best of the best of the best. Right, screenshots, right? Watch this. Let me show you. I'll show you what I mean, look. It's in their own books. Oh, God, I take some screenshots, don't I? But lucky I know what I'm doing, my profane friends. Now, wait there. Here we are, look at the top, look. See? Right at the top here. Let me see if I can scroll in. Yeah, I can. Look here. Right, look. See, so when they made a a Mason, yeah, look. I also present you with a new... I'll go through this. I'll go through this in a new name. It is called caution. It teaches you that as you are barely instructed in the rudiments of masonry, that you should be cautious over all your words and actions, particularly when before the enemies of masonry, yeah, which is me, I suppose. Oh, wait there, I'm terrible. I should next present you with 3 precious jewels, which are a listening ear. You see that? A listening ear. This is what they do. They're always listening to what you do, the profane. Because if you get any ideas, they're on you to change you, more than likely hypnotise you and send you on your way. Look, a silent tongue, because they're not allowed to speak anything. All they do is listening, yeah, unto you, yeah. And a faithful heart. A listening ear teaches you to listen to the instructions of the worshipful master, but more especially that you should listen to the calls and cries of a worthy, distressed brother. This is what I'm saying. Their army and their gang looks after each other, not you, the profane. A silent tongue teaches you to be silent while in the lodge, that the peace and harmony thereof may not be disturbed, but more especially that you should be silent before the enemies of masonry, that the craft may not be brought into disrepute by your imprudence. A faithful heart teaches you to be faithful to the instructions of the worshipful master at all times. See, they have to follow orders, but more especially that you should be faithful and keep and conceal the secrets of masonry and those of a brother when given to you in charge, as such that they may remain a secure and inviolable your breast as his own, yeah, before communicating to you. I further present to you with the check words too. Their names are truth and union, and are thus explained. Truth is a divine attribute and the foundation of every virtue, to be good and true. But remember, this is only to be good and true to Freemasons, nothing to do with profane people, is the first lesson we are taught in Masonry. On this theme, we contemplate and by its dictates endeavour to regulate our conduct. Hence, while influenced by this principle, hypocrisy and deceit are unknown among us. You see, deceit, right? And this is the greatest. This is. I'm just lost for words. Do you know what I mean? Right. Masonry, on this theme, we contemplate and by its dictates endeavours to regulate our conduct. Hence, while influenced by these principles, hypocrisy and deceit are unknown among us. See, they cannot be deceitful or like lie to each other or anything else. Do you know what I mean? And if they do, they're punished within with their internal courts. Yeah. Sincerity and plain dealing and plain dealing distinguish us, yeah? So they're always doing fair deals amongst themselves, but the profane, you got no fucking chance. Do you know what I mean? Right, wait there, deceit unknown to us, and dealing distinguish us. And the heart and tongue join in promoting each other's welfare and rejoicing in each other's prosperity. And believe me, all they do is promote themselves and their own businesses. Everyone else is disparaged and, you know, talked down upon, yeah? So you don't get frigging business, yeah? You know what I mean? But they prosper. They're the ones that prosper. We don't. Our hourglass is laying down. Their hourglass is propped up and they go ahead, yeah? They've got a future. Time doesn't stand for them. They go ahead, yeah? They make a future for themselves. The profane, no, the hourglass lays down and you will be paused in your life, and you will remain there so that you will serve us while we prosper and you don't. And that's what that basically means, yeah? You can read that at your leisure. I'm going to upload these. I'll upload these, and they, you know, I'll upload these to Facebook as I normally do, but you'll find them on my forum anyway. Wait there, sorry. Right. Union is the kind of friendship which ought to appear conspicuous in every Mason's conduct, yeah? You see what I'm saying? Conspicuous, you see what I mean? In every Mason's conduct. It is so closely allied to the divine attribute, truth, that he who enjoys the one is seldom destitute of the other. Should, get out of it. I don't know how to make it. Oh, there we go. Right. Wait there. Should interest, honour, prejudice, or bloody hell, or human depravity ever induce you to violate any part of the sacred trust we now repose in you, let these two important words at the earliest innuation teach you to put on the check line of truth, which will infallibly direct you to pursue that straight and narrow path which ends in the full enjoyment. And there we go. And these are some of the questions they use. Yeah, I'll let you read that. You know, when did our ancient brethren, meet before a lodge? A lodge were erected, yeah? And again, these are the questions you have to remember, yeah? And they remember all of this, do you know what I mean? On the highest hills and in the lowest vales. Why on the highest hills and in the lowest vales? The better to guard against cowards, which is us, yeah? So we don't know what they're talking about, like murder and drug deals, and exercise either ascending or descending, that the brethren might have timely notice of their approach to prevent being surprised. Basically, if we're bum stretching kids in the lodge, they can't catch us in time. That's basically what that means. You know what I mean? And that's why they have little hanger-ons, or what they call prospects or entered apprentices, guarding the outside of the areas of the lodge, yeah? And then you got the internals that'll be on the land of the lodge, yeah, which will be the sojourners. And then you have master masons on the door on the outside, and then you got your internal sentries, because they make sure no one gets in to see them bum stretching all the kids, do you know what I mean, that come up through the tunnels. But that's another story. What is the form of your lodge? An oblong square. How long? From east to west. How wide? Between north and south. You see, you've got to remember all this. This is how they will greet you if you don't come up with these questions and the answers, because you've got to know the questions and the answers. They know you're not a freak mason. So this is all what they have to learn, you see. And then I'll leave that there, and you can read that at your leisure. Just pause it and read it at your leisure. You know what I mean? And again, this is where they go on about you, the rough ashlar, and they are the perfect ashlar, the gods, yeah? Let me just see if I'm still recording. Yeah, thank God I ain't talking for nothing. Right, look. Here we go, look. What are the three movable... Right, the rough ashlar and the perfect ashlar and the trestle board. What are they? The rough ashlar is a stone in its rough and natural state. The perfect ashlar is also... Sorry, I'm bloody terrible is also is also a stone made ready by the working tools of a fellow craft to be adjured in the building, and the trestle board is for the master workman to draw his plans and designs upon. Yeah, what do they represent? The rough ashlar, which is us, right, represent man in his rudiment and imperfect state, and that's what they look at us. See, we're imperfect, you see what I mean, because we're without the temple. We're not in that temple with them as gods. Yeah, you know, even an entered apprentice is higher than us. Like, we're dogs, do you know what I mean? And but they're not, because they've entered the temple. We're in the north. We're in the dark north. We're the hated profane. You see what I mean? Because we're in the dark. We're blinded. We don't see none of this symbolism. Do you see what I mean? But they do, and as they go into the lodge and they get more and more advanced, they learn all of this sort of thing. What I'm teaching, like the 232 and the hidden chambers and all of that malarkey. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we're the rough ashlars. In a state of perfection. Where is it? Wait, the rough ashlar represents man in his rude and imperfect state by nature. And again, remember the book I uploaded where they call us the, I forgot now, bloody hell. Again, search down my wall and it's there, in their own books. Yeah, the common people are, what are we again? I can't remember. Anyway, people who follow me should know, and blah blah, you know what I mean? If you ain't, you're profane. But yeah, in the perfect ashlar, so represents man in his state of perfection, to which we all hope to arrive by means of a virtuous life and education. See, they're getting educated all the time in the lodge, where you ain't. Yeah, our own endeavours and the blessings of God in erecting a temporal building, we pursue the plans and designs laid down by the master workman and his trestle board. But in erecting our spiritual building, we pursue the plans and designs and have and we pursue the plans and designs laid down by the supreme geometrician of the universe in the book of life, which we Masonically term our spiritual trestle board. Who did you serve? A master. How long? 6 days. What did you serve him with? Freedom, fervency, and zeal. What do they represent? Chalk, charcoal, and earth. Now, this is how they can do a lodge anywhere, yeah, in any room. So long as they got a bit of chalk, a charcoal, or a bit of earth, yeah, they can put down the runes, and the pentagram and all that on the floor, and then they can open a lodge. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they do. They teach them that, Again, another thing that they don't explain to you in their little videos, but that's another story anyway. There's nothing freer than chalk, the slightest touch of which leaves its trace behind. Nothing more fervent than heated charcoal. It will melt in the mouth. Abundance merrills. Nothing more zealous than the earth to bring forth. How is your lodge situated? Due east and west. Why so? Because bollocks. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. See, and again, I'll just leave that, and you can read through, each one. But now it's getting into the their oath, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, this is now their oath. Yeah, where they draw the across the breast and all the rest of it. Yeah. So I'll leave that there. You'll have to follow it yourself. But I have got it in a sort of order. But I'll upload these bits of paper so you can read them at your own leisure. Yeah. So yes, jacking is the grip of a fellow craft mason. Has it a name? It has. Will you give it to me? No, look, I did not receive it. See, And this is where they half it. You see, they half it or spell it. You see what I mean? And then they spell it or half it. You see, jack in. Yeah. But I'll leave that. You again, just pause the video, and then you can read through this at your own leisures. Do you know what I mean? But I'll be uploading the pictures anyway, and you can find it on my forum anyway. Do you know what I mean? But these are the vows and the oaths. Do you know what I mean? See, I will not give, again, see, this is where you get into a fight with these people, right? Furthermore, do I promise and swear that I will not give the grand hailing sign of distress, except I am in real distress or for the benefit of the craft when at work. You see what I mean? So when you're in a fight and a Freemason give that grand hailing sign, yeah, right, and you can look it up online, yeah, if you see anyone you're having a fight with, do that, get away, because you'll be bullied by, like, every Mason in the room will come down on you. They'll even make statements against you, do you know what I mean, and lie to put you away for attacking a brother that is a god within the temple. See, you're just a hated dog, you know what I mean? You're a lump of shit to them, do you know what I mean? So they will all go against you, do you know what I mean? And you can't win that situation, do you know what I mean? And you will find it in clubs, you will find it on the streets. I've seen it, and many times, let's put it that way, yeah, it's been used around me, you know, like on King Street, for instance, but that's another story, you know what I mean? And there we go, that's that. You can get the oath there, and, you know, that gives you the thingy. But again, pause it, and that'll, you know, and you'll be able to read it at your own leisure. Sorry. Bloody hell, baby. Again, look, you can see, look, an atheist, you know what I mean? And it goes on about religion, but it's not a religious people, you know what I mean? And all that bollocks. You know what I mean? Look, I have to go barefoot and bareheaded if within the length of my cable tow, right? See, again, each cable tow these people have got, you know, like, it's a very short one when they're entered apprentices, but the more higher up the ranks they go within their army or the gang, the cable tow gets longer. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if, for instance, I'm an entered apprentice, I can call a person another Freemason from the next block. Do you know what I mean? Or the next road over. Do you know what I mean? There is miles and thingies on these ropes. I've got it somewhere, it's in my forum. But a master mason could call someone from another town. Do you see what I mean? Say, like, 25 miles away. And then someone higher up than him can call someone that's 500 miles away or from another country, blah, blah, blah. So they can, you know, so don't think that when you actually get to beating these people, yeah, or actually getting close to taking the power away from these people, they ain't going to rise up, because they're going to be using their cable tows left, right and centre, and they're going to be standing amongst you, and you ain't even going to know they're standing amongst you, which they do in marches anyway, and they're grassing you up, they're taking photographs for those people that are above you, for the police, yeah, and they're working against you all the time to keep you down, and all they're doing, yeah, is picking out, you know, the people that are, you know, the most troublesome, you know, the people that are you know, that should be arrested or whatever, and they're looking for charges to get you segregated and away from the other profane, because then they can bring them under control again. Do you see what I mean? And this is what they're going to do. You know what I mean? They do it all the time, and they're doing it, you know, they've been doing this constantly for decades and centuries. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you got to watch out for, because you don't know who you're standing next to. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. You go to war, like I've said you know, you got to go to war. You've got 10 Masons with you, and they want to get rid of you. They're going to shoot you. No problemo. Do you know what I mean? And they're going to shake hands and go, oh, yeah, we just sacrificed him. You know what I mean? They put it down to friendly fire or whatever. You know what I mean? You just take, oh, your son come home, he's been killed in the war. No, he got sacrificed in the war because the Freemasons killed him. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a ritual, you know. as a brother, you know, you're going to murder someone to be part of the brotherhood. Do you know what I mean? And I can go on and on and on about that and all, but that's another story, my profane. Again, this is going on more of the oath, and it's always I furthermore, and I further swear, and I further this, and I further that. Do you see what I mean? But again, pause it and you can read it. But I'm going to upload these sheets anyway. Maybe I'll leave a link to, I have got the link somewhere where the whole book is. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, I can add that into the video somewhere or something, I don't know. But see, look, raise the body with the vice versa. The due guard is given by putting the right hand on the left side of the bowels and the hand. You see what I mean? It's all about disembowelment. You know what I mean? You got to hold them bowels together as you get bum stretched in the lodge anyway. You know what I mean? And again, look, how many, look, constitute as an enter the apprentice lodge, yeah? 7, 1 master, and 6 enter the apprentices. These are the numbers that you have to do, you see, which again, see, look, 7, yeah? 7 letter G. Do you see what I mean? It's always the same consistency. You know, 3, 5 points, obviously, 3, 6, 9, blah, 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 you know, and then, you know, goes on and on from there. So there it is, look. You can read that at your own leisure again, just pause it, you know what I mean? See the beehive. But this is all, you know, from their book. It's nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm not like, you know, I'm not displaying any oaths or anything or whatever. They're my friends, the Freemasons. They like me, don't they? You know what I mean? Of course they like me. They're brotherly love for everyone, isn't it? And I'm the best go-to, you know what I mean? UMD, baby. You know what I mean? And these are the signs. I've actually gone backwards on it, ain't I? I should have gone the other way. Never mind. But these are the, you know, these are the, like the signs, the words and the passwords and all that and the grips. And if you don't get the grips and the passwords, and like I said, they change it. They have a random page anyway every month and change it, you know what I mean? Or every 3 months. So, you know, unless you get that password and pay your dues to get that password, that random password, you're going nowhere anyway. Do you know what I mean? You know, there's the Mahabone. There's the pass grip. But this is all their secret. This is the master's degree. Mahabone. And here's two Freemasons now entering the lodge. Do you know what I mean? 2 Freemasons. This is what happened to you if you join Freemasonry. You turn into a, I don't know, a lesbo or something. But so there you go. I'm sure there's more I should have shown you on this, and again, I don't, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't stress enough, you need to research these people. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not good for you. They never have been and never will be. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I'll go to Freemasons. Where's the Freemason post? Right there. Freemason. Here we go. What's this? Oh yeah. Freemasons everywhere. And they are, look. See? Look in your town. Look in your city. You will find them. Look, they have little boy brides. Look, 2 boys, look. As if they want to do that, look. Marry him, look. It's crazy, crazy. But that ain't what I want to show you. See, and here's the shush, look. Shh, shh, shh. Do you see what I mean? It's everywhere, the shush. No, wait a minute, I've got to show you something here. I love showing this, one of my favourite pictures. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that's bloody thingy. I get sent funny people doing funny things. If you saw what that was there, you know exactly what that was. But these Freemasons send me some funny freaking pictures, I'll tell you, videos. You know what I mean? But I'm at war, ain't I? You know what I mean? Again, this is, look, see the 4 square, look, how they put the 4 square, look, on drains and things like this. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be there, but it's there because it's Freemasonry. Do you see what I mean? It's 4 square, look. See? They're putting it everywhere. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the lampshades, weren't I? But it don't matter about that. That's another story. Let me just see if I can find this picture in here. Where is it? Come on, baby. Ah, no it ain't. It's a Masonic death ritual, that was. Where is it? Come on, baby. Oh, Savile. Masonic Savile. Oh, baby. Oh, maybe I can't find. But say they want to see you, yeah. It's like this guy here, look, brother. I forgot his bloody name now. Bloody hell. Let me see if I can find his name. No, I can't see his bloody name. But he was Al Sharpman. That's it, Al Sharpman, right? Now this is brother Al Sharpman. This is how they want you to see them, yeah, with suits on. Look, old man with a suit. You know what I mean? He's got to be wise, and you know, look at the beehive on the geezer's shirt here, by the way, on the back there. Look, the beehive, yeah, okay, showing he's a Freemason who he's aligned to. But this is what they want to see: Al Sharpman, the old man, wise. Just what I mean. Again, you're getting tricked. He's, you know, he's been groomed for this position. Do you see what I mean? Or he wouldn't be there. If he was profane, he'd be on this side. Do you know what I mean? But because he's a Freemason, yeah, been groomed. And here he is here, look, the Reverend Al Sharpman, raised to the sublime degree by Master Worshipful Solomon Wallace. Do you know what I mean? And there he is there, look. See? That's him there, Al Sharpman, look. See? And he's been groomed from a very early age. But they put these people in power and then they just put him in a suit. But he's still wearing his Masonic apron. It's just hidden behind his suit. Do you see what I mean? And that's what happens when you got the police come to your door, when you got an army, a navy, or a, you know, all them high ranking people that are within our forces, you know, police, judges, MPs, prime ministers. They're just there, they're just hiding their Masonic aprons. Do you know what I mean? But it keeps that hourglass laying flat, so time staying still. And as long as these people can keep tricking you, time doesn't move forward for you. Do you know what I mean? You just live the same shitty life over and over again. Our people, or, you know, our generation of people have no history. Like I said, go find some history. Show me a history of any profane person. They're in nowhere, because it's all Masonic history. This is the picture I wanted to show you. Look, here's Jesus, yeah, getting tied up, bum, bum, bum. And here's the Freemason in the background. Look, see him on his apron on the right here, look. See? With the pyramid and that, yeah. And there he is, look, whispering in his ear, look. See, that's what they do within the crowd, you see. That they were the witchfinder generals, you see what I mean? They were the witchfinder generals back in the day. And anyone who was like, you know, they didn't like, you know, any woman they tried to sleep with, didn't like them or wouldn't sleep with them, they wouldn't like, they made them a witch and burned them at the stake or drowned them in the river. Do you see what I mean? That's what these Freemasons did. You know what I mean? They persecute people. You know, many people they've stuck in jail for no reason at all. You know what I mean? And they're not, you know, the crime and the craft with Masonic involvement ain't, you know, the amount of, every crime lord is a Freemason. Trust me. You know what I mean? And like I said, they don't control everything, just the just the important stuff. Do you know what I mean, my profane friends? You know, once you wake up to these people, yeah, and what they're doing within your communities, you know, you've got to wake up to this stuff. You know what I mean? Because they, you know, they're your judges, like I said, yeah, and just letting themselves off. Look, if you judge your brother, you have no time to love them. You know what I mean? It's all about just them, yeah? They're the mafia, you know? They're taking your children away, do you know what I mean? In their courts, you know? And remember, the people who are sitting in them courts are just people's shop owners, yeah? Like I said, they own the shops, yeah, and the leases, and they're the grocer, and they're the ones that are acting as magistrates, deeming what laws that you get sent away or what laws you get fined at. You know what I mean? Like I said, if their brothers come up on the bench, you know, and get in the dock, they're getting nothing. They're getting let off, yeah? Where you're profane, you're getting £1,000 fine. They're going to laugh about it because you've got to pay that. Do you know what I mean? And where does it go? Into the lodge, into their government. Do you see what I mean? And they're laughing all the time. You know, it don't matter. You can't pay your fine. Don't matter. We'll take your car then. You know what I mean? We're going to forever take off you and make you piss poor because you're profane. You will never have anything. Do you know what I mean? You know, look at that. Look, you know what I mean? This is what they did to the Hillsborough families because they were profane. You see what I mean? And it goes on and on and on, round and round and round. You You know what I mean? All these people getting away all the time. You know what I mean? And again, this is another one. This is why they value, because it protects them from the law. You know what I mean? The law's there to protect them. You know, do you think that band and that do you think that goes round their hats for nothing? Of course it ain't. They are the Freemasons. Anyway, my profane friends, I think that I'm just going to cut it there. You know what I mean? I'm sure I had, I had some other things, to show you, and to do with the XXX and that. But again, like I said, you need to go look at my Masonic police symbolism and things like that. My videos, my forum, it's all there. Here it is in the wall. You see the big four. There was 4 during World War One, and the big 3 during World War Two. Yeah, so that's 7G. Do you see what I mean? They're consistent with their numbers. Do you know what I mean? But you imagine if everyone just attacked these 4 and these 3, there would have been no World War One, and there would have been no World War Two. Do you see what I mean? Crazy, isn't it? But millions of people, family members, the profane, will go fight for these people, where it's all been done by design to just to fin. That's crazy, mate. You know what I mean? You'll never see justice so long as you've got judges like that sitting in and above you. Do you know what I mean? You're never going to be a judge. You're never going to be nothing, because you being a magistrate or a judge, you can't protect your brother. You can't protect them. Do you see what I mean? You won't be a high-ranking police officer, because when you need to shut a case down or report to their brother that you're being investigated, so take it easy and pass it to some other brothers to take control of it. Do you know what I mean? Just stop for a little while. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what they do. They're never, they're never ever, what do they call it again? I fucking forgot the words. They're never accountable for anything. Do you know what I mean? And they get away with it, because they're all protecting each other's backs, and we'll never ever get anywhere. You know what I mean? But the signs and the symbols are all there. Look, Freemasons open Swedish Parliament. You know what I mean? And him, because he's a brother, who's he going to have around him? More brothers, yeah? And that's what they've done in Parliament. That's what they do in police stations. That's what they do in the fire brigade. That's what they do in the lifeboat. Go check your lifeboats. Go check your fire brigades. Go, anything that's to do with controlling you, the profane, with a uniform or a suit, yeah? Because it keeps you on that hourglass, laying down and doing nothing, yeah? That's where they want you. So they control that. They control the fire brigade. They control the Royal Lifeboat Institution. They control the police. They can, you know what I mean? Because it keeps you in your bubbles. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, keeping that hourglass so we don't go anywhere. We just keep living in their bubble, yeah? We don't progress anywhere, even though they own all the land, they own all the money, do you know what I mean? But you cannot have a house, you can't have any land, you can't have anything. If you think you're free, go set up some, just go up, like, say, the Acle Strait, and you go there, you see what turns up and kicks you off that land. You know what I mean? You can't have land anywhere. Do you know what I mean? You could go bid on some land and try and build on it. You can't. You know what I mean? Who was that guy? I can't remember now. He bought a forest or a little bit of land, set up a little hovel in the hillside, or put a couple of tents on there, and what turned up? All the police, which were knights. They just didn't have horses, shields, and armor on. They just they dress as police now, but that's what they were. They were knights. The Knight Templars coming along and doing the favour for the people that are elite, the lords, the dukes and the earls, and kicked him off the land. You know what I mean? You can't build here, you can't, oh, bloody hell, wait a minute, Christ. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they do, you can't own anything, you can't build anything, It's crazy, It's madness. This is what these people are doing, and they're just protecting themselves over and over again. And the thing is, they got you all divided, yeah, because someone's so intent, like you got people going on at the police, yeah, then you got people going on about social services, then you got people going on about the chemtrails, you got people going on about flat earth, and you got people who go on about the globe. You see what I mean? You got all these things that they've made up themselves, these groups, yeah. They're great at making groups because it weakens you all. Do you know what I mean? And the more divide they can do, the better they're at it. You know what I mean? If you've got 1,000 people, for instance, yeah, you make 10 groups, yeah, right? I'm going to pay you to make 10 groups, yeah? That 1,000, if 100 joined each of them 10 groups, you've now got 100 divided people. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if you make 20, you've now got 50 people in each group. Do you see what I mean? But none of them know what's going on with each. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what they do. They do it over and over again. That's when they got in trouble with this, like when the punk come out. Yeah, everyone's going, yeah, F you, this, that, and the other. Establishments, this, that, and the other. You know, they even playing like God Save the Queen down the bloody. They shit themselves. What did they do? They come up with a plan, because that's what they do. Yeah, they're master thinkers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Remember, they're think tanks. They're not stupid, these people. What did they do? Bring out the mods, bring out the rockers, bring out, do you see what I mean? And Scar, you know, look at the Scar, black and white. You know what I mean? The floor, you know, they're dancing on a black and white floor, you know. Masonic, because it divided. Then you had people join Scar. You had people join the mods. Do you see what I mean? Because it divided that generation of people. Do you know what I mean? That were going F you and it, you know what I mean? To the establishment. They lost control. They shit themselves. You know what I mean? Quick, we better make some groups up, you know. And now they got, you know, groups everywhere, you know, football teams, you know, all divided. You know what I mean? People are fighting like hell over football, you know, what go around the field for 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? And if it ain't football, they got, you know, horse racing and bloody everything, you know what I mean? You got to work these people out, you know what I mean? All a distraction, you know, baseball, you know, another one, isn't it? You know, every sport is them, bread and circuses, you know what I mean? Mad, you know. And that's what it is, you know what I mean? You ain't, the reason they want them to all be judges is because when they do it, they can make laws like, oh, we better put a suppression law on this so no one realises, because all the profane, remember when they put these suppression orders on these people, right? Yeah, you got to remember, you know, 100-year suppression orders they're putting on these people because you can't handle the truth. That's what they say. That's not in the public's interest. What they really mean is it's not in our best interest, because if the public freaking knew, do you know what I mean? And they nearly lost it with Savile, didn't they? But again, all that distractional stuff, you know what I mean? Is in him is that, and again, every time you'll see it, it's divide and conquer, and they make more things up, more of this, anything to distract. Do you know what I mean? And time is a healer, and they know that. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, look at 9/11, and then what pops up from 9/11, you know, things like that, you know what I mean? And all that, it's all gone. Has everyone forgot what happened in the last 3 years? Everyone got locked up. You couldn't see your children. You couldn't see this. You couldn't see that. Do you know what I mean? You were separated at funerals. You were separated at weddings. Crazy, crazy stuff. Do you know what I mean? You know, now you've got them bringing in all these indigenous species. Everyone's going, oh, this, that, and the other, round. Why not? You know, if you're going to get to a bet, you know, you can take your family somewhere where there's better money, blah blah blah, and whatever else. That's what you're going to do, because it betterments your family, but it also, because they don't care about their towns or cities or whatever, because they're the world. It doesn't matter where they are. Like I keep saying, it puts them and hides them. Do you see what I mean? Because people are thinking about something else. Because no one's thinking, what, you know. Everyone's now thinking about all these indigenous species that are here, right? Instead of thinking, well, who's responsible for this? Why ain't we getting them out? You know what I mean? Because you're not thinking that, you know. They're just burying themselves in more problems, so you ain't looking at the freak masons that are running your town halls. That are, you know, they know they've got a budget. Again, if there's £1,000 budget, yeah, right, and you've got £1,000 budget. Let me get this right. Oh, baby, let's see if I get this right. Right, and you got £1,000, and you got 100 people. Right, that budget goes to that 1,000 people. Right, and spread the cost across that 100 people. Yeah, that £1,000. Now, if you bring in another 500 people, and that budget is £1,000, you can see how much that stretches, even to, you know, put people in houses or anything else, and they know that. Because it keeps you piss poor, because your jobs are being taken and everything else. And what happens then? The profane are at each other's throats. Do you know what I mean? Because the only people that are coming here are well, supposedly are supposed to be families, you know. And I don't like getting into this, you know, this sort of, because I think people should be able to go where they like around the world, regardless. Do you know what I mean? You know, obviously not that, you know, bad people, terrorists, and all that sort of crap. But I mean, you know, people should, you know, like I think pensioners, yeah, you know, you work till 60, or bollocks. You know what I mean? People should be retiring at 45, yeah. And if you're a pensioner, you should be getting free cruise ships, yeah, around the bloody world, you know, so you can visit places and do something instead of spending your life in a factory or whatever particular thing you've done all your life. You know, you worked hard, you know, then you deserve you deserve something, don't you? You know, I know some people that work anyway, regardless. Again, that was what scared the government. You know, I know people that even if they didn't, you know, if they didn't have to work, they would still work because they enjoy working. Do you know what I mean? There is people, you know, that do that, and there is hard grafters, you know, blah blah blah. But you know, the government don't realise that. They're scared of it, you know, because then they would have to do it themselves, wouldn't they? You know, that's what scares them. That's why you know, they're always blackmailing you with money and, you know, a mortgage on your head to keep you working and keep that hourglass laying flat. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's no profane history anywhere. Show me a profane person, yeah, that during the war that has an honour or a medal. Do you know what I mean? There ain't. You know what I mean? You know, where there, you know, there's a picture or a draw. You know, do you know what I mean? There ain't. You know what I mean? You're in like boxes of photographs, you know, getting dumped down the dump and things like that. There's no, you know, there's no history for profane people at all. You know, go to your town hall, you'll see paintings of all your MPs and your prime ministers and your mayors and all that, right? You know, all that rubbish, and your priests and your, you know, they're all up on the wall and everything, yeah. But where's the profane people? There ain't no profane people. You know what I mean? Because you're nothing. You're dogs without the temple. You know what I mean? You're the hated profane. You know, and that's, you know, and you can go round and round in circles. You know exactly what I'm saying. But like I said, them indigenous species that come to your town, why not? If you're going to get a better life here, then yeah, why not? You know, that's why people, you know, elope or whatever the bloody hell it is, you know, for a better life. You know, if we were more, you know, had a, you know, like we were a proper rich country and it was shared the wealth, yeah, because there's plenty of wealth, you know, people with money in the banks that they'll never spend in a lifetime. If they were generous, they wouldn't have to come here because we could support them as a generation of people, as a nation of people. Do you know what I mean? Like the Freakmasons do, you know, they see each other all right all the time, you know, and that's what, but we don't do that. Do you know what I mean? And they certainly don't do it for us because we're outside the temple. You know what I mean? But they've got all the money, all the wealth, and we've done all the fighting and the killing for it to get them that. You know what I mean? They've done nothing. They've just sneaked and wormed their way into everything and control it all. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I see people here, you know, because I've lived here all my life, and I see their sons getting the car, getting the motorbike, getting out all the time, you know, having all their friends around them and that because they got the money and they're popular. Do you see what I mean? Where they got the other end of the spectrum, where you got the people that are on the drugs. Do you know what I mean? They've fucking got nothing. They couldn't rub two pennies together. They're fucking homeless. Do you know what I mean? Mad. And that's not just in my town, that's in everyone's fucking town, because these people want to keep their jackboot on the back of your neck. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I'm going to like end it there anyway, my profane friends, because this was more about the XXX rather than any bloody thing else. Do you know what I mean? But once you learn the symbolism of these people, you know, there's no, you know, you can't go back. Do you know what I mean? You can't change it because all you can see is what they are. You know, the bee is the fleur de pis. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you know, and then they go on about the French. They're all in it together. You know, there's no divide and conquer. You know, America gets on with Britain. Britain gets on with America, gets on with Germany, gets on with the Asians and everyone. Do you know what I mean? Everyone gets on. The illusion is that they don't get on, but they get on, yeah? And they pretend they don't get on. So we sit here going, oh, but they still advance. Do you know what I mean? They're still, you know, they're still there, happy as Larry Lamb, you know, living the best life, their children getting all what they want and what they need. You know what I mean? Look at Hollywood. They're all related to presidents. And if you, do the research, I'm pretty sure if I got all the lords, the dukes and the earls in this town, that would lead to the royalty around Britain. They're all linked up by blood and family lines, yeah? And they'll be the ones that run your, that are your mayors and your hoteliers and all the rest of it. They're all related, you know what I mean? They just keep willing it down. And that's all it is. That's all they keep doing, And like I said, if you try and get in direct competition with it, here's a simple one. Try and get a taxi firm together and start a taxi firm in your town or city. You won't be allowed to. You can't. You know what I mean? Because your competition, there can only be so many in any town or city. And the people, if you did that, the people that'll be turning up are the criminals, yeah, that run that situation, yeah, and that'll be the Freakmasons, and they'll be fucking putting your cars out of action and whatever else it takes, or they deem fit to keep you down where you belong, without the temple, with their jackboot on the back of your neck. You know what I mean? If you don't believe me, go do it. Go try and set it up. You know what I mean? You won't be able to. You know what I mean? They won't allow that. No way. No bloody way. You try and make yourself popular. Go get a show together, yeah? Like a show that's popular, yeah? And then you just try and run it yourself, hire a theatre out or something like that and become popular. They wouldn't. They'd be slating it off, giving you bad reviews and everything like that, because they don't want you having the money. And the only one who's going to be a manager anyway on you, yeah, is the Masonic Freakmason, because they want to make money off you. Do you see what I mean? And then what they'll more than likely slyly do anyway is replace you with one of their people. They make you feel uncomfortable, and that's what they do in society. If you're out and about and you enjoy yourself, and they take a dislike to you and make you a perjured individual, yeah, or a victim of Masonic ill treatment, they'll make you, wherever you go, it don't matter, they'll have a tracker on your car or your phone or whatever, and they'll know you by face anyway, blah blah, and I can go more into that, but they will make you feel uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? So you don't go out, so you stay in. Do you know what I mean? So you don't become popular, so you don't become rich, so you don't fucking anything. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what these scumbags do. But if you really research them like I have, and you can see what they are and what they, you ain't going to get nothing. You will own nothing. You know what I mean? You can have a mortgage. Of course you can have a mortgage and put that noose around your neck, but they're waiting for you to fail so they can take your fucking house off you. Do you know what I mean? Or they're going to step in and cause a divorce between you and your missus. Do you know what I mean? Or your husband and you, if you're a lady, because that's what they do. If they want something and you're profane, they're going to take it off you. Do you know what I mean? And they'll do it any way they can, whether it's getting you addicted to drugs or your family members addicted to drugs. Do you know what I mean? They'll do anything they can to take what they need away from you. They will always live good. You go down to any Masonic pub, hotel, whatever, yeah, right, where they stand and enjoy themselves. Go to like a thingy night, like a Halloween night or whatever. You go down to the town hall and you'll see them turn up in their suits, £500 suits and bow ties, or they dress funny or whatever. They're enjoying themselves all the time. Where are you? You're nowhere, mate. You're not getting anywhere, but you think you are, but you ain't. You know what I mean? These people do, and they enjoy themselves. But if you're not welcome in them circles, like you, for instance, again, this is another example that I know of. If you go to a football team and you're popular and you think, but the Freakmasons are jealous and you're profane, they're going to give you an injury. They're going to take your leg out, yeah, fuck your ankle up, or do something like that. Do you see what I mean? So you don't play, or they're going to make you pick fights with you and make you feel uncomfortable, so you don't go back to the team. Do you see what I mean? Things like that, this is all fucking, I'm not talking shit. That's facts. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they do. They make you feel uncomfortable because they always come out on top, because they're brothers, they're sisters, they're all right. And they're the elite crew within the temple. Anyone else is a fucking outsider. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they got friends, they're little fucking helpers and all the rest of it that are too stupid to see what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because they can't do it to everyone. They have to let a few in, but again, it's that illusion, do you see what I mean, and they're protecting them, but if you're against them or talking or whatever, you're gone, mate. You ain't getting any fucking where. Do you know what I mean? You're disparaged, mate, and you ain't going to be nowhere. And that's the thing with it. And that's what these people do. You know what I mean? You're either going to have a good job or a bad job. Do you know what I mean? And they deem fit to what you do in life, whether you're going to be successful or not. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And it's just that it's not just that thing, because they're already ahead of you. Do you know what I mean? You get born, they're already there. Boom, deciding what's going on within your family's life. They're already watching you. Do you know what I mean? If you're profane, they're already on you. They know who you are in the community. Do you know what I mean? They know who their brothers are. They know who their sisters are, because they signal to each other anyway. And then they confirm it by phone and all the other fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it is, and whether they're going to cross your threshold of your business, if it's an ice cream parlour or a fucking taxi firm, they're not going to, they'll go things like, oh, did you hear about that taxi? And they make rumours up about the taxi. So then you don't book it. No one books it, even the profane. Do you see what I mean? They don't book that. Fucking hell, bloody hell. Do you see what I mean? That's what they do, and they disparage your business so you don't get successful, so you don't become nothing, so your hourglass sits fucking parallel and it don't sit up, so time doesn't travel for you. They go in time, we don't. We stay fucking parallel, the hourglass. Do you see what I mean? And that's what it's all about. That's why it's called tits up. Do you know what I mean? The hourglass, yeah. Tits down, tits up. Do you know what I mean? Which makes the 33 degree, if you get what I mean in my pictures. But that's, again, you see what I mean? And again, all the hit symbolism is hidden within all their businesses. Do you know what I mean? Look, you can see the square and compass in the middle. You know what I mean? I can't make it large. But you've got the other symbolism on the outside. Do you know what I mean? It all designates or makes a rank. And again, at the top, look, you can see where the square and compass is in the centre. At the top, you've got the fleur de pis, look. See what I mean? And then on the left side of the square and compass and the right side of the square and compass, you've got 33, look, you see? So it's 33 degrees. But that business will be praised and, exalted, that it's a good business. Do you know what I mean? Where you, on the other hand, there's a few more signs if you didn't see them, look. Yeah, obviously you can see that where the square and compass is in the circle. On the left, you've got the 33 degrees, you see what I mean? But I ain't done that one. Then you've got the circle with the cross on the top below the square and compass. But these businesses will, they'll say, oh, yeah, cross that path. That's a good one. Like this, a blatant one, cross that path. That's really good. Go to that business. He's really good. But you go into direct competition with these people. They go, oh, did you hear? And they'll make a funny story up. Oh, he had rats in his bakery. That sort of shit. If you've got a bakery, you open bakery and you think, oh, it's successful, and you've got lovely bread. You've got everything's perfect. Yeah. That won't matter. The Freakmasons will be going around the fucking estate where you live, calling you a fucking pedo, a nonce, that you're shitting in, like you're masturbating in your bread mix or anything that's going to fucking put people off from coming in your shop, because people don't want to be seen with you or associated to you. Do you see what I mean? So they'll disparage your name and no one will, and then your business will fold. You know what I mean? And if they have your, like the dough and the fucking whatever, the deliveries, yeah, you're relying on deliveries, and they've got a driver that delivers to you, they'll fuck it up. Do you know what I mean? They don't care, because the driver will get paid a backhander 500 quid. That don't matter as long as he go down, because when you go down, it's more business their way anyway. And it does them a favour, do you know what I mean, in the long run. So it doesn't matter to them. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what they do. This is what Freakmasons do. You will own nothing, you'll have nothing. You know what I mean? I know. And anyway, there we go. There's a person knowing he destroys people. I'll leave that there. I'll finally leave it on this. But, I could go on about what all the sneaky little shits, what they've done round here, what they've done to me personally. And it don't just affect me, it affects my family as well. Obviously, I've got stories and fucking whatever videos on all of that anyway. But it just affected me. It's affected my family. Do you know what I mean? And, they've gone on and they've done well and they prospered. Do you know what I mean? From from sticking me up, basically stitching me up and making me a vomit and a perjured individual, but their families are all done well. Do you know what I mean? And but they're going around, but on their drug money and all the rest of it, and fucking thinking they're clever, but they ain't. You know what I mean? You know, apparently, like, well, let's put it this way, you know, you can kill your brother, your sister, or your fucking mother, or your dad, but if you're a Freemason, you can still square up to the man who done that, who's serving up the drugs, shake his hand as a brother, and he's your best friend. You know what I mean? They're madness. That's how fucked up them Freemasons are. You know what I mean? But yeah, there you go. I could go on about these people all fucking day long. You know, you just need to research your own towns, your own cities, and stop these people from fucking getting anywhere else in history. You know what I mean? That's another thing I was going to do on my forum. Yeah, here. Obviously, you've got you know, you got to get the stories, like you got social services. Yeah, again, all the same thing. This is what, again, Freemasons, in every town and city you'll see the corruption, and that goes for the police as well. You know, it's the same all the time. This is just the Norfolk, you know, and I show you the Norfolk social services, yeah, and then I show you Scotland, I show you Wales, blah blah blah. But that's all the corruption that's within social services. Do you know what I mean? Because of Freemasonry, because they control that, you know, and all they do is keep putting these fucking idiots in, you know, that free. It doesn't matter that they mess up. It don't matter, because what? Who cares? You're not messing up with the Freemason, the nation of Freemasons. You're just messing up profane people that are laying flat and not going in time anyway. You're going nowhere. Do you see what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? You're going nowhere anyway. What are you going to build? What are you going to build? You ain't going to build nothing. You're not going to build anything. None of you profane people that are listening to this now, what are you going to build? Nothing. You own no land to build on. And even if you have to go build something, you've got to go to that Masonic council. Whether they allow you to do that or not is voted by a majority of Freemasons. Do you see what I mean? What are you going to build? Are you going to build a church? No. Are you going to build a cathedral? No. Do you see what I mean? The only people who are building are Freemasons, yeah? And they're building something to separate you. You know what I mean? With whatever that may be. Do you know what I mean? And they're the only ones improving. You know, that's why they're knocking their pubs down and building flats, because it's more prosperous to them. And also, with less pubs, yeah, we can control the community more, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Because then the community's getting into less pubs. Do you see what I mean? And we ain't got to have so many people fucking running around. Do you know what I mean? All of that, it's all designed by Freemasons. You know, you got to know. You know, look. Kids killed by drugs. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't see anyone. I don't see any groups on Facebook though coming together to jump out on any drug dealers. You know what I mean? And exposing them and calling the police and holding them there with their raps. Do you? Though you've got people around the town, and I mean any town, where you can see 15 to 20 people, you know, sons and daughters, mums with children and all the rest of it, turn up to get the score. But I don't see any fucking one jumping out on them. I wonder why. I wonder why. Do you see what I mean? Why ain't people jumping out on these people? Holding them, you know, citizens arresting them with the raps and ringing the police. I don't know. If you need an excuse, just come down and read, you know, some of these children here. Yeah, 23-month-old baby died. You know, we're talking about deaths here. Do you know what I mean? Look, 1-year-old son died. 13-year-old drug death. You know what I mean? But no one's jumping out on these people. I wonder why. Bit of conspiracy there, isn't it? But we all know why, don't we? Do you know what I mean? Because they control every town, every freaking city. That's why. And I can prove that again. I've got videos and fucking whatever else. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter how much I talk about it or say about it. Everyone else seems to go quiet about it and go, shh. You know what I mean? Don't mention the drug dealers. Look, 14-year-old girl, 15-year-old, 13, 14. See what I mean? Yeah? Again, 16, 16, 16, 14, 17. You know what I mean? All these young lives, yeah? Ruined and wrecked. But not one person's jumping out. Not one group online is exposing anyone dealing or anything else within their town or their communities, even though they're all being destroyed by these people. You know what I mean? Look, 16, 15. You know what I mean? Mad, isn't it? Look at it. Man handed out cocaine to trick or treat kids. You know what I mean? Girl 15, look, 19, 14-year-old. You know what I mean? So you tell me, right? Anyone out there, please, why there's no groups jumping out on these people. But you've got all these children dying. And if I'm correct, and I believe I am, you've got mums and dads going, I'm going to protect my children. I'll die for them. I'll die protecting my children. So why are all these children dying in every town and city across the world? And no one's saying a fucking dicky bird. Do you know what I mean? Think about it. You know, these are the hard questions you got to ask, you know, and you got to ask why. Look, between the ages of 14 and 37 arrested. Do you know what I mean? This isn't no, you know, this isn't like a made up thing. Do you know what I mean? It's all there, you know. Look, cocaine drug dealer dad killed a 3-year-old. Do you know what I mean? If someone would have jumped out on him, got him arrested, he more than likely have saved the 3-year-old. You see what I'm saying? But no one's saying nothing. Why? You know what I mean? And they're the hard questions I taught, and people don't like it. They go, shh, you know, and they hate me for it. Well, fuck you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you've lived well on the money. And the thing is, the wealth they've got, and I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of pounds, they don't even put back into your communities anyway. And my biggest question is where does the money, well, I know where the money go. It fucking goes, you know, into building things, let's put it that way, you know, or keeping businesses afloat, you know. But, you know, fucking hell, man, this is crazy. Do you know what I mean? But there you go, you know, yeah, you know, you can go around in circle, these people, do you know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing. No one's talking about it. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, if you do start talking about it, no one wants to know. Everyone turns their back and go, shh. Well, my profane friends, what do you make of that? You know what I mean? It's crazy, isn't it? You know, because that's what's running your towns and cities. And no one's saying a dicky bird about it. And I understand you can get killed and you can die and, you know, they will kill you. But they're doing that anyway. Like I said, when you start, you know, they're causing accidents. You don't even know about it, but they're deaths. You know what I mean? They're murders. Yeah. And they're doing that to people that are up against Freemasonry and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? They cause an accident and people go, oh, he died in an accident. No, he didn't die in a fucking accident. You know what I mean? He was murdered. You know what I mean? But he was speaking out and they didn't like it, or he was ritually sacrificed. Do you know what I mean? And this is what they're doing right across the world with you guys. Do you know what I mean? Anyone that comes up close, like I said, to a threat to Freemasonry, they take them out and they kill them. You know what I mean? You don't think, you know, they can kill me easy. Well, let's put it this way, you got people already shoot, you know, gangs or whatever, shooting each other and killing each other. How hard do you think, if you're a well-organized you know, gang or army, it is to take someone out? Easy, isn't it? You know what I mean? Look at the people that have been taken out. You know what I mean? For speaking out, the whistleblowers, you know, look, here's one here, look, whistleblowers and heroes. Look, where's my bloody glasses? Oh, baby, you know me, I can't read without my glasses. Like here, look, you see? He gets shown in a negative light, you know, look at it, you know, it's there, you know what I mean? Whistleblowers, look, murdered whistleblower, a Catholic priest, right? Look, see, this is what happened if you speak out, you know what I mean? Look, throat slit in the Roman Catholic Church in Dane, Wisconsin, into satanic paedophiles and child abuse within the clergy. See what I mean? So the people within this clergy, yeah, killed him. Do you know what I mean? Because he spoke out. So who's responsible? No one's speaking out about it because it's an isolated. You see what I mean? Again, it's isolated. You know what I mean? Because they're not constantly killing people here, left, right, and centre. Most of them are accidents, but they're doing it right across the world just to keep you shh and shut up. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't want people talking about this. They don't want any of it. You know what I mean? But that's the hard truth and the hard facts. And if you guys don't get yourselves together, they're going to railroad all of you. All of you. You know what I mean? All of you. They imprison you. They fucking disparage your name. They do all these tricks so people don't listen to you. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, sometimes they just kill people just for the real. Come on, brother, go on, have a go. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. And they're doing it all the time, and you just don't know it. You know, remember, you're up against Satanists. you know, and gangs, you know, gang members, hardcore, you know, bikers and scooter gangs and all the rest of it, you know, gangs, you know, that are, you know, hardcore criminals. Do you know what I mean? That's what you're against, and that's who they pay to kill you. Do you know what I mean? You know, mad as it seems, that's what it is. There you go. And it goes on, you know. Like I said, read it, it's there. Anyway, my profane friends, remember I love you all. Here's my forum, Nazon Zazon Boni, which basically means the key to the hidden treasure in Freakmasonry. And I hope you come and have a little read, you know. Like I said, it's all there, you know. All the dastardly deeds. Just go into Illuminati and Freakmasonry. Straight at the top, you've got Illuminati and Freemasons. You've got Freakmasonry within the UK. Freakmasonry worldwide, and then you got the Hazen rituals. It's all there, you know. But if you just do the UK, yeah, the same tricks they're doing in the UK is what they're doing right across the world. In every town and city, it's the same. But don't think of the world. Your world is your town, is your city. And if bad, corrupt people are running your town, running your city, and I mean running it through the police force, through the prime ministers and the MPs, or if you're in the United States, I suppose that's the whatever they are called. You know, if these people are corrupt, how the hell are you ever going to get sort it out? Do you know what I mean? You've got to remove the corrupt. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't remove the corrupt, they're just going to carry on keeping that hourglass on its side so nothing moves forward. And they're happy to keep you there. They'll do that all the time. They'll keep you time still, time still for the profane. The only time that moves is in a Masonic lodge. Do you know what I mean? And that's it, because time and their nation goes forward. Do you know what I mean? And they build on their nation. Their buildings are all around you. Their churches, their cathedrals, their courts, their police stations, their, you know, all the houses they're building at the moment and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? You know, everything they're building is for them. You know, the Eiffel Tower, you know, the woman in New York, whatever, you know, Lucifer, that is, isn't it? The light bearer, you know, in New York, her, you know, who else? You know, all of them things, you know, Notre Dame, all them buildings are all Masonic buildings, all Masonic history. Do you see what I mean? Look at the Masonic wars in the south and the north. You know, all the generals and all the rest, all Masonic. You know, Albert Pike, Masonic. Do you see what I mean? All them are Freakmasons. Do you see what I mean? All the history of the leaders of the Americas are all Freakmasons, including Trump and bloody Biden. They pretend, you know, they're separate and all. They all get on. Do you know what I mean? Because they're all working for the same people. Yeah, so long as they control you, that's all that matters, and you believe that, you know, what goes on. But your world, yeah, is your town and in your city, and you've got to sort that out. And you've got to have watchers watch. You know, they're habitual, these people. You know what I mean? They're habitual. You know, you got a burglar, he'll burgle. He ain't going to go robbing because he ain't got the stones for it. So he ain't going to get a shotgun and go into a bank. You know what I mean? A warrior will do that. You know, he doesn't give two fucks. He'll get a shotgun, go into a bank because he's a strong. You know what I mean? But a burglar won't. A burglar will burgle. You know what I mean? A bank robber will rob banks. A bank robber ain't going to go and fucking, like, you know, do something petty. He's going to go in big. Do you see what I mean? And all criminals are habitual. Do you see what I mean? And if you get away with it, they carry on doing it, you know. Even when they get caught, they still come out and do it again, over and over again. And that's what these people do all the time. They just carry on doing the same thing over and over and over again, you know, non-stop. And they're doing it for centuries and decades, you know what I mean? Like I said, you know, they're selling, like in the councils, they're selling land, yeah, and they're selling properties, and they go, oh, it's a private sale. But the only people who can buy are the Freakmasons because they got all the money and they're the ones buying it all. But you think that's Mr. Smith. This is what they do. They put in the records, oh, it's Mr. Smith bought that property. Oh, it's Mr. Jones bought that land. Do you know what I mean? But he's just buying it and he's willing it to the lodge. Do you see what I mean? And that's all they do. But it looks like, you know, the private land that belongs to the profane people, or the profane building, or the whatever it is being privatised, like the hospitals and the NHS and all of that bollocks. Yeah, you all think it's Mr. Smith and it's privatised by a group. It's all Freakmasons, and they're just selling your shit off and your freedoms and everything else. Do Do you know what I mean? And it's manipulated that way by agendas, you know. You got 20, you know, you think like when they're in Westminster and there's 100 men on that side and 100 men on that side, you know, the red and the blue side, the red lodge and the blue lodge, Labour and Tory or whatever the friggin' hell they all are. You know what I mean? When there's a vote, all them little freakmasons have been directed what way to vote beforehand. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that's why they never reveal who they are. You know, they'll never reveal who they are because the vote is in the fucking government anyway, which is all Freakmasons. Do you see what I mean? So you'll never, see what I'm saying? It never happens. Take back your town, take back your cities, take back your worlds, yeah, where you live. It don't matter where else it goes on. You can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about anything that goes on in Chicago. I'm in the UK. What can I do about Chicago? Nothing. What can I do anything in San Francisco? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? What can I do something in Glasgow? Nothing. What can I do in Edinburgh? Nothing. What can I do in London? Nothing. Because I can't, you know what I mean? But I can do something about what's in my town. Great Yarmouth, Galston, Belton, and the surrounding areas. Do you know what I mean? I can do something about that. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to go out of your way to do that. You've got to be a detective. But what can you do in your towns and cities? That's what you've got to ask. You've got to get people together, you know what I mean, that are awake and who can see it and who will work with you. Do you know what I mean? But you don't talk to anyone who's got any Masonic connection, who's got businesses and fucking all the rest of it, because they're part of the problem. Because they ain't going to let you get anywhere because they've got it sweet. Yeah, their family's got a sweep by nepotism. I'm willing all my money down. I'm willing all my business. We're going to live like kings forever. And there, you know, our hourglass is standing up proud. Yours, the profane, your hourglass is sitting down, mate. And time is fucking stopped for all profane people. You know what I mean? So long as you keep in that bracket of not having time on your side, yeah, and you're just a slave, they're happy with that. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it is. And that ain't ever going to change until you take your towns and your cities back from the corruption and the people that are working against you that look as though they're on your side. You know what I mean? Just because people have got a suit on or a uniform doesn't mean they're honest, doesn't mean they're on your side. I mean, look at brother Jimmy Savile. Do you know what I mean? Imagine it, you know. How honest can you be? You know, everyone loved him and adored him, you know, but what, a Freakmason that made his way up into the highest echelons of, you know, society, you know, same as Epstein, you know what I mean? Mad, you know, like I said, just because people have got a suit on, they hang around with royalty or the police or anyone, you know, even Savile used to open a Masonic lodge with the police in his house. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I can't remember now. You know what I mean? Look at my video on Savile. You know, it all keys in together. You know, like when Frank Bruno had 3 or 4 breakdowns. Did he have 3 or 4 breakdowns because he couldn't handle the sacrificing side of it with Savile and Yorkshire Ripper? Do you know what I mean? And I'm telling you now, they got let out of prison. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure of it, including Kenny Noy. You know, they get let out of prison for, you know, for time and shit. I'm sure. You know what I mean? While they're supposed to be serving their sentences. You know, but what do I know? You know what I mean? I just know they get an easy time. Do you know what I mean? If you're a Freakmason, like I said, brothers help brothers. You know, how do you think he got the gun in the prison? You know, you know, metal detectors and everything, but he gets a gun in the jail. You know, things like that. You know, it's all Masonic. You know, no one's asking the question. No, you know, who's Freakmason around him? Who's you know what I mean? No, it's never asked. You know, any investigation into anything, it's shut down and closed down because the Freakmasons are covering each other's backs all the time, constantly in towns, in cities, and you guys, you are nothing. Do you know what I mean? You're the hated profane. You know what I mean? And that's all you are. You stand in the dark north. You're uneducated. You're I can't remember what that word is in that bloody book. I'll still try to think of it. But you know, that is, oh no, I still can't think of it. But that's what you are. You know, you're the hated profane, and they don't care. They'll you know, they'll serve you up all these fucking different groups, different things to distract you away, so long as you don't look within your own world, your own town, your own city at what is corrupt. Do you know what I mean? We know there's worldwide corrupt. Everyone does, yeah? What can you do about it? I don't know, because it's fucking huge, isn't it? What are you going to do? Nothing. You ain't going to go up against fucking Trump and all these but you take away the power of each town and city. But when you do that, I promise you, they will rise up out of the lodges and put you straight. You know what I mean? Look at how Hitler rised, yeah? Who was he fighting with? He was the brown coats, I can't remember now. But even he was fighting for power within the cities and that, you know, to start with, do you know what I mean? With the gangsters and all the rest of it. You know, he had tough people around him and they were fighting and he actually got shot himself, didn't he? Do you see what I mean? They ain't going to allow you to take that power. Do you see what I mean? You've got to fight for it, yeah? Within your own town, within your own city. Stop complying, stop consenting, call these people out. You know what I mean? Why are you selling our fucking land? Why are you selling our properties? Do you know what I mean? Why are you privatising all our shit? Yeah? Because they tell you it comes from, you know, it comes from Parliament, blah, blah. What can you do? Nothing. It's miles away. Da, da. But it ain't. It's from in your town, in your city. And these people are allowing it and they're on that agenda. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And they're rolling it in. Whatever that is, you know, the other thing, blah, blah. They roll it in from the town hall, and then it goes from the town hall to the police and the so and they all get in on it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And you all sit there going, what can we do? They got police uniforms on. What can we do? They got a suit on. You know what I mean? You know, and that's what it is. That's the trick of it. So long as they keep tricking you, that hourglass lays down and time doesn't go forward for any of you to improve yourselves, the Freakmasons are happy. Anyway, my profane friends, God knows how long I've been rabbiting on. You know me, I don't like to brag, but when I do brag, I'm more like a Heineken. You know what I mean? Is it the best lager in the world? I can't remember that advert, something like that anyway. But yeah, that's crazy. You know, look, research children's homes. Yeah, just put in children's home lodges. They're all called fucking lodges. They're called lodges for a reason because they're Masonically owned. Look who's behind them. Or look at Masonic Compass. They're all called Masonic Compass. Yeah, children's homes are Masonic lodges and compasses. You know, come on. And then you know, everyone's getting abused in their lodges and their compasses. Yeah, and you wonder why. Because they run it all, do you know what I mean? And they shush it up, you know, like you've got a displaced child in a lodge there, right? Yeah, they go, right, what can we do? Right, we send it to him to the lodge that we know is run all by Freakmasons, yeah? And when he disappears from there, no one knows that, you know, he moves from the lodge to this particular lodge. Everyone in that lodge go, where's Finger? Oh, he moved to the other lodge. And they go, oh, okay. And then he's forgotten about. Goes to that lodge, boom, and he disappears in the Masonic ritual. Who's going to question it? He's got no parents. He's got no family. No one questions it. You see what I mean? And then when there's mass graves found, you know, in these places and all the bones and all that, everyone go, oh, what a surprise. Again, no one's asking the question, well, who ran these people? Well, how many Freemasons ran this place? Do you know what I mean? Nothing, that question's never asked, you know, and it never fucking is. Any investigation, you know what I mean? But we're waking up to them slowly, you know what I mean? And, yeah. Hopefully their time is near the end and, you know, finally their hourglass is going to lay down and the profane hourglass is going to straighten up, you know what I mean? And then we're going to get time. We'll have buildings. We're going to have people that we remember, that we can honour, that we have paintings on the wall, you know what I mean? I'll show you tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a second part of this. I'm going to go to my town hall tomorrow. Yeah, and I'll show you all the bailiffs and all the Lord Mayors, right, dating back to the 1200s or whatever it is, and they've all been Freakmasons. You see what I mean? Because they don't fucking relinquish any power to the profane, and that's you, my profane friends. Anyway, you know I love you all. I think you're the best of 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 the best. Power to the profane, you know what I mean? Have a great day, sugar puffs. Whoop. Yeah, I do make myself laugh. Right, just one more go. But listen, I want you all to watch this, right? Because this is really important. Remember how they're putting this shit in your thing. I need to show you this because if I don't, I'll think about it and I'll do my nutting. OCD touch and all that. You know what I mean, my profane friends? You must watch these two videos. Remember, I'll just like to brag, I'm the first one to blood spatter a Masonic apron across the world. You know what I mean? The very first profane man. You know what I mean? Am I the go-to MDU or what? Anyway, where is it? Oh, here it comes, next one. Now, you must watch these, look, yeah? Masonic 666 subliminal lampshade, yeah? So you want to watch it because this is what they're putting into your houses. I've took my lampshade. Look,
It should
Look, see it, look.
within your house. You know what I mean? They've done it with Moloch butterflies,
And that goes round.
yeah, which is obviously mind control anyway. But there it is, look. You know, a profane person wouldn't see that.
And there it is, look, that square and calm piss goes round that lampshade 3 times, and on the 6 points, as we know, it's 666. You see what I mean? And it's 3 2 3, blah blah blah. And again, the things at the top go round. They go round 9 times. So that's your 6s and your 9s. Do you know what I mean? And your 3s. You see, 3 6 9. You see what I mean? And it's crazy shit. Same as the Starbucks, the coffee, and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? But I show you, you know, in part 2, you know, like I said, that's in
Oh
part
my
8
God,
now.
you ain't going to believe this, guys. Yeah, I was taking another look at this, yeah.
And I didn't know nothing about it.
And compass, yeah. So that's 1 times in there. Now what's
and then again, I show you, you know, how it all interacts and goes into 666. So watch them too. But like I said, that's what they try and put in your house all the time. And you've got to keep an eye out for this stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's all in my videos, you know, watch it, you know, it's there. You know, look at their Masonic bank. I think I've already shown you that. Did I brag about that or not? I can't remember. I'll brag about it again because I just think it's hilarious how they get away with it. Do you know what I mean? Well, it ain't hilarious, really, is it? Yeah, the Masonic bank.
really, this is really interesting here, look. See, obviously you've got the Masonic archers, right? But look at this, look. See it? 4 square, look. That's your 4 square, look. But when I come out, look at the square and calm piss.
See, now that's on the side of a bank what was built in 1817 or 1718 or some shit like that. So all their symbolism is on everything they own. They still own the banks. That's why when you go for a loan for a business, you don't fucking get it. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're profane. But if you give him a funny handshake or a sock, you'll get the loan. You know what I mean? But if you're business and you try and get in there, even if you've got collateral, he'll do that because he'll do the numbers and he'll know you'll fail. And by failing, he knows you're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your car. And what's going to turn up? His Masonic bailiff friends. Do you know what I mean? And that's what, you know, that's what it is. His little bailiff friends, you know, his Freakmasons, and they're going to take your shit off you. Do you see what I mean? Because you went in direct competition with them, with your business, because they hate that. You know what I mean? Because you're profane and you can't be better or anywhere near them because you're without the temple. They're the gods. They're the ones that control you, and they're the ones that tell you what to do. That's why they lend you them things, you know, your loans, and want you to have mortgages and all the rest of it, because they want you to fail. Because when they come round for your car, you know, and they bring the police with the bailiffs and all that, see, all their little Masonic system, yeah, what runs, yeah, for them. You see what I mean? They're just not knights anymore on horseback, you know, and they're not taking your pig and your cow or your sheep. Do you know what I mean? And killing your family. You know, they don't do that no more. They come round as policemen, you know, with, you know, the bailiffs and all that, you know what I mean, and take your car or your property, because they don't mind. They'll loan you money all day long, you know what I mean, because the money's coming back tenfold to them anyway. Do you see what I mean? Crazy. You know, you're not even getting free sunlight soon. They'll tell you you'll have to pay for it. You know, you've been paying for window tax. Remember that? People were bricking up the windows for the window tax. You now got the bedroom tax. Do you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? What these people do? Poll tax. Tax this, tax that, tax your water. You're crazy people, you know what I mean, my profane friends. Anyway, like I said, I don't like to brag, but when I do, I brag about Freakmasons. Have a great day, Sugar Puffs.